Hello, and welcome to Famicast 231, your Famicast for the early part of October 2022. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today we're joined by James Charlton.
That's me. Life is like a hurricane, Danny, in case you didn't know, here in Famicast world.
Yes. Also joined by Ty Sugar.
When there's trouble, you call the Famicast.
That's right.
Namaste, friends.
Da-da-da.
My catchphrase I've been using for a long time.
Yeah.
He invented it, by the way.
I did.
As with all expressions used
Don't
on
kink
Famicast.
shame, okay, James? Jeez.
Cool.
Come
See
on.
me in Star Wars baseball.
How dare
Yes.
you, sir? Identity theft is not a joke, Ty.
It's a crime. It's a fun crime.
There are no
hey,
victims. It's a victim
everyone.
of scam.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome to the Famicast. Talk about games, Nintendo, Japan, all that type of stuff.
What?
Yeah, last time we talked a lot about Tokyo Game Show, and we didn't really get a chance to talk about a lot of the stuff that we've been playing lately. And of
Right.
course, there have been some big games that have come out, and I know you guys have been jamming on them out there. We've been jamming on them. Ty's been jamming on all sorts of stuff, man.
Oh boy.
Hang on. Okay.
Yeah.
We're a band now, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, but to kick things off, we're going to go ahead and go on to some new business. And James, what you got, man?
More like old business, am I right?
Right?
Yeah, so well, obviously need to catch up with the biggest game of the year, which is of course Elden. Of course, not that game. Splatoon 3. I'm talking about Splatoon 3. What else game would I be talking about? I'm wearing a T-shirt with squids on, for fuck's sake.
That's what those are.
Yes. So Splatoon 3. It was probably my most played game of the year. 3 days in after launch. So yeah, just lock that in right now for the Fammies 2022. Yep, no surprises there. Put on your pretend surprise faces when I announce it in the December episode. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. It's so good. I mean, the last time I talked about it, I was just talking about the demo, right? The Splatfest demo. That what was it? Rock paper scissors. We have now had our first official proper Splatfest. And yeah, Danny, feel free to share some of the maybe the general, like the lobby pictures, Danny, the lobby and shops.
I'm pulling them all up, so just
I've
and hopefully they're in order. Hopefully they're in order. So hold on just a second.
Yeah, just the three groups that I gave you. We'll just circle through the first set first, maybe.
Okay.
So I think I mean, I kind of made this joke when Splatoon 2 came out, because we had some real whiners saying like, oh, a second Splatoon game? Didn't the one on Wii U one, didn't that one come out only like 3 or 4 years ago? And then, yeah, I tweeted like a riposte to that statement, where just a screenshot of all the Call of Duty games. Yeah, like it's like, yeah, too many Splatoon games, 2 in 8 years. Now there's, now there's 3 in whatever many years.
I'd say, to be fair, I mean, yeah, the first one did come out in 2015 and the second one came out in 2017. So, I mean, I could see that, but I mean, I don't know.
But the first one didn't really exist, did it? Because it was on a dead console. But yeah, so we're in the third one. And, people said Splatoon 2 was whatever, Splatoon 1.5. And then now Splatoon 3, it's Splatoon 2.5. And yeah, I can get that. I understand if you're just a cash, just looking at it from a distance, I could see why you would say that. But there are so many additions, it's kind of like you wouldn't have time to list them all on a podcast. And there have been some good YouTube videos of people have like broken down all the differences. Like, I mean, I tweeted one out like the other week where somebody had actually just gone and analyzed the UI, just the UI, like nothing else to do with the game, just the improvements to the UI. And it's just incredible. Like, I mean, there were things that I didn't even notice, but like, they've just made everything clearer. Like the clarity in it now is just incredible. Like everything just makes sense and helps you as a player. Like be good and be aware of what your team is doing, aware of what's going on in the match. Because there were some things like you really had to have played the game a lot to understand what the hell was going on in like certain ranked games, for example. Like as casual players might not even know why they lost a game. It's like, okay, what just happened? They've made it a lot clearer now. Like indicator ratings, like when you're playing like a tower control or something like that, it's very obvious like how far you got and which stage you got the tower to. The quick translation for Thai, that's the payload mode, where you
Get on the payload.
Get on the payload, yeah. And like wherever you are, like if somebody does a special, for example, like an icon of that special will appear, and you can see it wherever you are on the map. So it's just a very clear visual, like nice graphic of, let's say just the missile launcher, and you can see, oh yeah, my friend used the missile launcher over there. That's where he is. That's what he's doing. Like you can just see it immediately. Like those kind of things were not clear, like in Splatoon 2, and now they're just absolutely crystal clear, and it just helps you like be better at the game and understand what's going on, and it just helps you in the matches. Like it helps you improve what you're doing and understand what you're doing, so you just get better, and it's really just very, very satisfying, like how they've just laid everything out, so it's just so much clearer. They revised like all the weapon icons, for example. Now they're all just this kind of flat shaded thing, but it's a lot clearer, because like with Splatoon 2 it was a mix of some were like rendered kind of 3D stuff, others were 2D stuff, different angles. There wasn't a kind of set, kind of clear, visual image they had going. A little bit kind of scattershot, but with Splatoon 2 they've just made everything the same kind of style, and it makes things a lot easier to recognize. So so we're looking on, if you're on the video version, we're on looking at a picture of the lobby. So the thing in the middle is where, if you want to, that's where you start a match basically. But you don't have to do that. You just hit the L button, and it'll bring up a menu, and you can just select whatever you want to do, like regular turf war, ranked, private match. It's all there, just a hit of the trigger, boom, you're right in there. You want to go to a friend's match, you just literally press left on the stick, and it changes every mode to a friend mode. So it's just literally just the stick left and right and L, and you can do everything just so quickly and so easily. So yeah, that machine thing on the left is like where you can kind of customize your tag. You can earn kind of tag backgrounds. So before, everyone was just your name and whatever the color of your background, right? That was it. Everyone looked exactly the same. Now everyone has a unique tag. You can put like badges on it. If you earn certain things, you got like certain badges that you can put on it. Give yourself subtitles, like whatever, Splat veteran or something like that, or
Sir Dudenstein or something.
Not that customizable, but like it's like a list of beginning and ending words that you can mash together in any combination you want, and you can earn more of them and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Nintendo seems to be pretty consistent with doing this recently with some of their like online games and stuff. So I think that's kind of cool. They did it with Switch Sports as well. You could do the same type of deal.
Okay. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, just like having this nice colorful backgrounds and stuff. You can have ones that you earn in the story mode. Will have story mode themed backgrounds, and salmon run modes, for example, will have salmon run motifs stuck on it. So you can really like customize it to make it your own. So yeah, maybe. Oh, and the thing on the right, there's like that kind of glass door. If you go through there, that's the locker room, which you might have seen in whatever the direct that they did, where you get a locker and you can fill it with crap. It's a very Japanese thing. It's like, fill your locker or fill whatever your room full of crap. And Ty's video window is the kind of brilliant kind of example of that. Yes, like that. Just a room full of stuff. Random toys. You can pretty much do Ty's room, but in a locker. Just and you buy little toys and stickers, and you put them all in, and you can arrange them. It's highly customizable. There is no real purpose to it other than to look at other people's lockers and say, oh, that's cool. So you can look at all your friends' lockers and people that you've recently battled with. And certain items are more expensive than others. So you might see a very rare item in there. You're like, oh, cool. Wow, that's cool. I've never seen that before. And the wild thing is, you buy these items from this new shop. I think I might have a picture of that, Dan, if you cycle through those ones. So that is, keep going. Yes, there you go. There she is. So if you can see, it says, it's got the picture of the item, and then it says you own, and then 0. You can actually buy multiple of these, which is something you couldn't do. Like when you buy a certain T-shirt or shoes or whatever, you only get one of them, right? Now you can buy multiple of these. So you could have this mug, for example. You could have 5 mugs in your locker if you wanted to.
Really thirsty.
Yeah. You can also have the weapons that you have. When you buy a weapon, that weapon becomes an item, which you can then put in your locker. So it's pretty like you can actually display your favorite weapon in the locker, just like American high schoolers.
Yes. Mine was mostly filled with books and like my coat or like backpack, but maybe I'm a rare case. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, that's. I mean, it's fine. I mean, I'm not really bothered about spending my hard-earned cash on items to put in a locker to show off to people. So, and I might see a cool sticker or something, and like, okay, I'll get that. But if it's too expensive, I'll just leave it. It's like whatever.
I could imagine, after a certain point when you maybe gotten all the weapons that you want and like all that type of stuff, it's like, well, you have money. It's like, what else are you going to do with it? So yeah.
Yeah. And this shop is also related to the new feature in Splatoon 3, which is the catalog. And so we're in I think it's called the rainy season. Yeah, this one, catalog level up. So I believe it's based on actual real seasons, like real world, the seasons in the real world. So we're in like the rainy season at the moment. And you start on level 0 and it goes up to 99.
Okay.
So the cool thing about this is any mode you play, Salmon Run, Turf War, Ranked, whatever you play, after it's dished out the points for that match, it'll then give you points for your catalog. So it's kind of like a battle pass, if you're thinking, in the Fortnite, those kind of things, where you buy a battle pass and then you go through the levels, and then when you reach level 5, you get a skin. When you get level 10, you get a skin and an emote, that kind of thing. So that's what this is. The catalog is the battle pass, except it's part of the game because it's it's Splatoon. It's not a fucking free to play download piece of shit game. This is
shots fired.
Yeah, so I just leveled up here. I think I don't know what the hell this is actually. It could be a sticker. I think it's a sticker or something. But you get loads of cool stuff. So you'll get actual gear, like shirts, shoes. You'll get food tickets, the things that let you multiply your score, like score multipliers and stuff like that. You'll get these trading cards, which is another game mode that they've added to Splatoon 3. We'll talk about that in a second. And so like, and the tags that we were just talking about. I don't think you might even get weapons. Like certain levels, you might actually get weapons, or you might get weapon tickets, because weapons are no longer bought with money; they're actually bought with tickets now, weapon tickets. So it's cool. And the cool thing is, like, like I said, say you're really into Salmon Run, like I am, it's fine. You're still gonna grind through the catalog. You're still gonna get stuff, no matter what mode you play. So it's just this kind of unified system where, you're going to get stuff and you're going to upgrade your catalog and you're going to get items and all stuff. So you're always going to be like rewarded with stuff. And it seems to go pretty quickly through the levels. I don't think I'm on like 26 or something already. Okay. Out of 100. So yeah. So I guess, I think when the season ends, I guess it's going to reset to 0. I'm not sure on that actually. I'm assuming it resets to 0, and then the new catalog starts like in spring or whatever next year. Yeah, we'll see. I think that's how it works anyway.
That's usually how that type of stuff works, but yeah.
Yeah, like battle passes. I mean, battle passes are just insane, right? You spend $20, $30 on it, and it's like, okay, season's over now. Thanks for playing. It's like, I only reached like level 10. I only got like 2 skins. It's like, yeah, thanks for playing. Thanks for the money.
Yeah,
It's literally thanks for the money. Fuck you.
I guess, like, if it's like the only game people play or something like that, then I could see it being worth it. But if you're trying to juggle a lot of stuff, it's like, yeah, you better think long and hard about how you want to spend your money. Or, hey, if you just want to just spend your money on that type of stuff, hey, man, what the hell? Whatever.
I think you can actually pay to unlock levels as well. It's like, oh, you couldn't get to level 100 to get the Spider-Man skin? Don't worry, just give us an extra 20 bones and we'll unlock it for you.
That's how she goes.
Anyway, so we're looking at a screenshot of the main city here. So this creature lady is now you talk to her if you want to do recon. So they move recon around. Recon was just part of the just the lobby, I guess, in Splatoon 1 and 2. But now it's someone that you talk to in the city. So it's kind of a little bit separated off. But the cool thing about this monster, is that you can play any mode and any stage at any time. So in Splatoon 1 and 2, the recon only let you play. You can only check out the level that is currently in rotation. Which, it's only, 2 for ranked and 2 for regular, right? So you couldn't see. There are times where like you would never see a stage because it's like they're being rotated out every 2 or 3 hours, right?
Sure.
And Danny, I'm sure there were stages that you literally never saw in Splatoon 2, right? Like there were some that were added later on.
Yeah, because I mean, with that game, I played pretty hardcore for like the first 2 or 3 months, like, I don't know, 30 or 40 hours just in that short amount of time. And then, yeah, it didn't basically touch it until maybe some random game nights that we might have had or something. But yeah, man, I'd say, I mean, even seeing some of the levels that were added to Splatoon 3 and people were like, man, I love that in Splatoon 2. Like, okay.
You to me. Yeah. I mean, I went hard on Splatoon 2 at launch and then went a little bit less hard on it in the middle when, other games came out, whatever.
Sure.
And then I went hard on it again, even before I knew Splatoon 3 was out, I went back to it and got really into the salmon run mode. So yeah, I mean, even then there were stages which I didn't see that often. Like I only saw it a couple of times. So, and it's like, oh, this stage is awesome. And it's like, okay, stages have been rotated again. It's like, oh, okay, I don't get to see that stage anymore. And then because there's like so many stages, you might not see that one for another, couple of days, right?
Right.
Anyway, so this recon lady, you can see every stage anytime you want. And if you want to play the ranked version of it, if you want to play the tower control version of the stage and see what it looks like with the little tower on it and see where all the parts are and, so you know what the hell you're doing when you're playing an actual live match, like you can do that. Like you can get used to any of the rank modes without fear of being, shot in the face. So yeah, it's really, really good. I mean, like I said earlier, like it does feel like they really want to help you improve and then trying to make it easy for you and enjoyable to get in practice. So like, yeah, I would say, yeah, I guess you could call it a practice mode, right? Recon is like practice mode, basically. If you're using like, fighting game terminology, it's like, yeah, learn the ropes, learn the moves, learn where to go, so you don't get lost in a live match when everything's, people are dying around you and you're dying. You don't know what the hell is going on. So that's awesome, and yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm on rank B already, B-. Boom.
Damn.
It took me a lot less time than with Splatoon 2 actually. So yes, Danny, could you go to another screenshot to remind me what the hell's? Oh yeah, so this is the main menu. So yeah, you can see the lobby goes to that room that we were looking at earlier with the lockers and everything. That's where you select your main matches. Alterna is the story mode.
Okay.
The Shoal is the local multiplayer, which I haven't used that yet.
Right.
And Grisco is Salmon Run.
Hmm.
And the shops are exactly the same: weapons, headgear, clothing, shoes. But General, that's the store that sells the items and stickers that we looked at earlier. So maybe we can talk about Salmon. Oh yeah, that's some nice little artwork. Yes, the artwork is back. Oh, Danny, do you know if you choose the country, all the artwork changes for that country? So like, if you choose the Japan server, all the artwork's really good.
Okay.
If you choose the European server, it's people saying your dick is small.
So it's just a Tuesday, or
yeah. So yeah, I would recommend maybe sticking on Japan. See some cool artwork.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I've already signed my account or whatever for the Splatfest and all that type of stuff. I'm really curious to see if they're gonna do any oh my god, branded Splatfest like they did in the past.
Yeah, they had SpongeBob and Turtles and everything, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, in the Japanese one, because this is back when Splatoon 3 first came out, I got the Famitsu, and it has a really lengthy thing about the Splatoon series in here, and it also overviews like every single Splatfest that happened here in Japan. On top, and it also talks about, I mean, it lists them. It doesn't like show too much, but yeah, it's kind of cool.
I could go to Splat Wiki, see the same content, but yeah.
Or you can see it in the palm of your hands.
There you go.
In Japanese.
So, yeah, maybe we'll go on to. Are we on Salmon Run now? Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, Salmon Run. So it now gets its own little lobby, which is cool. Like in Splatoon 2, it was just literally you go in the door and then it's just a menu. It's like, and then you start. But now it's like you go in, it's a room, and you can either go and talk to the Grisco radio thing and start the match, or you can go to the left and go the little practice. And they have little target ranges, and they have a practice of a golden egg for you to like pick up and practice your egg throwing, which is new to Splatoon 3. So and they have little kind of creatures that you can kind of shoot, just little fake ones that you can shoot to practice and stuff like that. So yeah, it's awesome. And then, as with the regular lobby, you can hit the trigger and then just do a team match or a solo match. You just go, or a private match, just go straight into it. So it's like it's really unified. Like I said before, like the UI is unified across everything. So it's like it's very, very simple to do. And like as we were saying before, the catalog. Yeah, this is the outside of the Salmon Run area.
Okay.
And you can, if you win matches, you get your Salmon Run points, but you also get the catalog points, like I was saying before. So it all adds to it. So what they've added to Salmon Run is the fact that you are never locked out from it. It goes on. It does not stop. So it used to be 3 real days, and then they would take a 12-hour break, and then the rotation would start again. So your bonus would be reset, and the weapons would change, and the stages would change, and then you would start again. But they don't do that now. So it's the end of the 3 days. It just immediately starts the next 3 rotation. So you can just keep going. And yeah, I found that I can get what's called a super bonus, which is where you earn enough points to unlock a special item. But you can actually, even if I think it's maybe about 800 points to get the super item. But if you just get 100, 200, 300, you will get stuff. You'll get coins. You'll get tickets, food tickets and stuff like that. Other kind of items and stuff. So it's worth doing. I mean, if you want to earn cash, this is my pro tip for Splatoon 3. Like, if you want to earn cash, do Salmon Run until the super bonus, and you will get something along the lines of about 50,000 coins. You'll probably get 4 or 5 food tickets, probably a couple of pieces of gear, and probably some other stuff in there as well. Just for reaching the super bonus. And you don't have to do it all at once. You could put like half an hour into it. Come back the next day, do a little bit more. Like it's so streamlined and so like much more fun now, because it's just like you don't feel any pressure to grind out for 6 hours to get the super bonus before it runs out or something.
Right.
Like it's so much more easier to get into. And yeah, you can do friend matches like you could with Splatoon 2. It's a lot easier. I mean, you could just you don't even have to have a full set of 4 if you don't want to. And what else is there? Yeah, and we've got the obviously the egg throwing, which is cool, and they've got new so with Salmon Run, it's 4 humans against waves of enemies, right? It's a player versus enemy mode. And they throw in these bosses, which are unique. Each one is unique. And, you have to learn how to kill them, basically. And some of them require you to fire it from the front and behind at the same time. So your team has to all know how to do it. And there is a tutorial. It makes you do a tutorial to learn how to kill these bosses. So everyone should know how to do them. You will occasionally get a team that's not good and will not do what they're supposed to be doing.
Sure.
And you will quickly die. If there's any, I mean, I can carry a team that's not that good, but like if somebody is clearly not doing anything, it's like you're gonna get destroyed. Like you can't win. Like everyone has to do at least something, otherwise you can't win. Like there's a golden egg on the floor, like fucking pick it up and put it in the basket, you lazy twat. Like at least do that. If you're not killing bosses, at least do the fucking basic thing, put the golden eggs in the basket. That's the whole point of it.
Sure. Just a couple of comments here, James. Lemonade, hey, thanks for stopping by, man. He said, I really like being able to throw the eggs.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Actually, yeah, one of the new modes, not modes, what would you call it? Waves.
Features? Oh.
Yeah, because like some of them are just, you got 3 waves. Every time you play, you have to do 3 waves of enemies. And it'll be like, get 10 eggs. Wave 2, get 12 eggs. Wave 3, get 15 eggs. Boom, done. But how you do that will be just, that will change. So sometimes it'll just be, kill the bosses that appear. But sometimes it goes dark, or it goes foggy, or the enemies go crazy and they go faster. And they'll add like little kind of not random elements, but like different elements to the stage to kind of like spice it up a little bit. And that was in Splatoon 2. And the ones that they've added for Splatoon 3 are kind of interesting. So like Lemonade was saying about the throwing the eggs, which is really fun. So what they've done to kind of like make you use that is there was one mode where they give you loads of eggs like for free. They'll be like a really easy enemy. You shoot it and like 12 eggs will come out. But the enemy is miles away from the basket. So what you have to do, you have to get your 4 guys, and it's almost like like when a village is trying to put out a fire and everyone's passing buckets to each other. It's kind of like, okay, you go halfway across the stage and I'll throw it to you, then you throw it to the next guy, and the last guy will throw it into the basket. And if you don't do that, you're not going to do it. So it's like you have to get 10 of these eggs into the basket before the time runs out. If you just do one, because you can only carry 1 egg at a time, if you do it one by one, like walking all the way, you're not going to make it in time. So it's like, I thought that was a really interesting way of like, well, A, mixing it up, and also B, just, making you use this new feature. It's like, that was awesome. And there are times where, the basket's on the other side of some water that you can't cross, and you might, throw it to your teammate. And it feels like teamwork has like really gone up and got better in this mode. Because like with the egg throwing, like you could be a dick and just grab the eggs for yourself and just put them in, so your score is higher than everyone else's. But like in overall, you either A, might not successfully pass the wave, you might die, or you know, you know what I mean, or you might not get as many. But if you use teamwork and you throw the eggs over the water, like hey boom, and throw 5 eggs over the water, and then your friend puts it in the basket, boom, teamwork, you're getting more eggs, and you're probably going to pass the wave way quicker. So, and it seems like people are being less of dicks in it. It's like it seems to have got like more friendly and more like cooperative, not like every man for himself, which it shouldn't be in Salmon Run, by the way. You can't be every man for yourself, because like I was saying, you're gonna die.
Another thing that JCat actually brings up here as well. Grisco is exploiting their workers with these new round-the-clock shifts. We need unionization.
Right.
I'd have to agree.
Yep, that's right. When I had a whole day of playing Salmon Run, I kind of feel you with that one.
How
But
dare
I
you.
like it though.
Also, JCat also said, if they do Japanese exclusive Splatfest again, I'm changing my region. Yeah, absolutely should.
That's cool that we can choose now, because we'll be told in advance, so
right.
there'll always be time to do that.
Yeah.
So the coolest thing that they added to Salmon Run in Splat 3 is these new giant bosses, and I forgot what one of them's called. It's like Kokozuna or something like that. It's this. It might be on one of these screenshots. Maybe it's not. No, I don't think it is. No, that's the next mode, Danny. We'll talk about that in a sec. It's this giant boss. So you'll Danny, that's from the story mode. we're not talking about that yet. Yeah.
All right.
So you have, like I was saying, you have 3 waves, and the first time I ever had it was a really kind of cool and kind of frightening experience. So like 3 waves done. I had a really good team. We're like, boom, we got way over the quota. We got like 20 out of, we only needed 8 or something like that. And we had so many eggs, getting so much cash. Wave 3, boom, done, in the bag. And then suddenly this warning siren went off, and it was like, Kokozuna approaching. It's like, what the fuck? And then this giant fucking enemy comes out the water and just starts wrecking house, just kills everyone. And at the same time as like 8 of the hardest bosses just appear surrounding him. So you've got like the hardest regular bosses, and then this giant fucking Godzilla monster appearing. And he's got his own life bar. It's huge, long life bar. So everyone's just like wailing on this guy, and it's like, barely taking like 10% of his life off, while trying to kill all these other bosses, which are murdering you at the same time. And ended up failing that one. Even though we'd passed the 3 waves very easily and very successfully, we failed the boss stage. So that I don't think they actually counted that as a fail, because we passed the regular waves. But yeah, that was kind of gutting. So I still haven't yet to beat this giant boss, and he doesn't always appear. So there's actually a kind of a gauge, and when you go into the Salmon Run, maybe if you can go back to the lobby, the Salmon Run lobby picture, Danny, it might be on there. Yes, yeah, there it is, on the right, top right. Can you see those 3 little colorful, I don't know, candies and a gray outline of a giant monster?
Yeah.
So that's it's currently, I think I just fought him, so the gauge went back down to 0. But that gray outline will fill up with each successful wave that you clear. So when that gray monster, when the gauge goes all the way to the top, when he turns green, he will start appearing at the end of your waves. So it's like, oh great, you're rewarded by a fucking giant boss which is going to just destroy you. But why you want to do that is that when you kill him, or even just take energy off him, he will shed scales, like golden scales and green scales. There's like 3 different colored scales for some reason. Doesn't explain any of this, by the way. I had to discover this myself, because Salmon Run has its own like little store inside, and you could buy all of these like new uniforms and stuff just for using Salmon Run. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like different colored uniforms, and you had to buy them with these like scales. I was like, what the fuck is scales? Like, where do you get scales from? I got loads of cash. I don't have any scales. And turns out you get them by defeating this this boss monster. So yeah, I got some like silver scales and bronze scales or something. I think I bought like a new tag, like a salmon run tag, but I couldn't buy any of the cool stuff like new uniforms and stuff. So that's yeah. So opened up a whole new can of worms there. That's kind of cool. And that currency is unique to salmon run. You can't use those scales in anything else. It's just that.
Okay.
So yeah, it really could be its own game. Like, if I'm honest, like Salmon Run, it could easily, they could sell it as like a, a download like thing for like 3,000 yen or something, and it would have enough content to be its own game. It's ridiculous how much is in that. And at the end, Mr. Grizz says, "Get to the chopper," which I love. And every time he says it, I say it in the Arnold voice.
Get to the chopper.
Because you now go in the helicopter. You don't just float in there like you did in Splatoon 2. You actually go in a helicopter with your 4 dudes. It's great.
Right.
So yeah, this is a Salmon Run kind of mission success screen. So you can see my nice tag. Oh yeah, I do have a Grizzco tag. That's a Salmon Run tag. You can see it's kind of grimy and got a little fish on it. So yeah, maybe the last bit we'll talk about the story mode. Have you played any story mode, Denny, or
Dude,
just Turf War?
Yeah, I just played for maybe 3 hours of just Turf War stuff. That's all I've been playing of this.
Yeah. So story mode, I would say it is good and maybe on par with Splatoon 2, maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I still have a soft spot for Splatoon 1. Like, that story mode was just really good, and that last boss was just like so amazing. That kind of, it's almost like a music video mixed with a boss stage. It's just so good. I mean, Salmon Run 2 had, sorry, Salmon Run 2. God, I got Salmon Run on my brain. Splatoon 2 had a pretty good last boss as well, and then you remember the download pack, the what's it called? The expansion pack.
The thing, I know what you mean. That thing. It's available if you have the expansion pack. Then you get it for free with a Splatoon.
Oh
2.
yeah. If you got Splatoon 2 and you've got the the N64 pack, yeah, get on that. You should definitely play that. So I think what they've done with Salmon Run Splatoon 3 is that they've kind of taken a leaf out of that expansion and kind of based some of the missions off that, and also the how you access the stages are kind of similar to that. How you start the stages are similar. So you're in this kind of glass cubicle, and then you choose your weapon, and then it kind of goes 3, 2, 1, and you go through a gate, almost like a Suica card, like a train pass that we have in Japan, like a NFC card. You touch it, and then you go through and you start the stage, right? That was from the expansion pack. So that's now in Splatoon 3's story mode. The story mode itself has like an open world kind of thing. It's got like, this one. So you start off. You can see the Squid Sisters there.
Yeah.
From Splatoon 1. Yeah, all of the idle characters make an appearance in the story mode. I won't spoil how the new ones get introduced because that's pretty cool. But basically, the world has been taken over by these furry versions of what were they called? Those monsters from the first two.
Mammalians? Is that what they're?
Oh, that's what the new ones are called. But like, it's they're kind of the Octolings or whatever they were called. The evil ones that were in the first 2 games. It's like they've been in I don't know if I haven't completed the story mode yet, so I don't know the story, and I wouldn't spoil it if I did know.
Sure.
But it's not explained. But like, something's weird about them, and they've got furry, and all of these giant fur balls are all over the world. Which that giant pink thing in the background is that.
Hmm.
So what you have to do is when you access the stages the same way. There's like the little kettle you can see on the ground.
Oh.
The just like with the first two Splatoon games, you swim into the kettle, and then that's how you access the stage.
The sewer thing, right? For
Yeah, like
everyone
sewer
else
kind of
that
stuff.
speaks English normally.
And then you go down there, and that's when you're in that kind of glass cube, and that's when you start the stage kind of thing. You select your weapons, and you do a stage. But to access the kettles now, you can get if you're clever and you can kind of navigate these kind of furry squidgy things, which you can't touch, by the way. You die if you touch them, so you have to avoid these gross furry globules all over the world.
Okay, that's what this thing is here on the screen.
Yeah.
Then?
So
Okay.
if you complete the stage, you get the eggs. The eggs have been in all the Splatoon games. You just get them on the stage. You get them. You get those tuna cans full of them, right? They're everywhere. And if you complete a stage, you get a lot. You get like maybe 1,000 or 2,000.
Okay.
So that's what you want to get. So when you get those eggs, which you can see in the top right, I've got 1,700 eggs. You can actually use these eggs to remove the gross furry slime, which is what I'm doing here. So
Okay.
you can see here it says minus 800. That means I need 800 to clear this globule out the way. And your little buddy does it for you. It's called Small Fry, which you might remember if you haven't got the game, but you saw the direct. That little Small Fry, little fishy guy.
Yeah.
He is now your buddy. He was actually they're actually enemies from Salmon Run.
Salmon Run, yeah.
But now he's your buddy, and he will he'll follow you around. He'll sniff out secrets. He'll find like hidden things under the snow or under the ground, and he'll have a little exclamation point over his head, and then you shoot where he is, and then there'll be something hidden. And then you get it. It could be an item, could be more eggs, could be lots of things. Oh, you can unlock extra music tracks as well. If you find a golden CD, you can unlock extra music tracks for the just regular multiplayer, which is pretty cool. So yeah, some of the little globules, they just take a couple of hundred eggs to get out the way. But then there'll be these huge, massive mountains of fur globules in the way, and they'll need a couple of thousand to get out the way. But if you clear them out the way, then that will reveal more kettles, more stages to do, right? So it's basically just clearing out the gross furry globules to reveal more stages, and then you complete the stages and you get more eggs, and then you can finally clear your way to the other side of the stage, and then you can go to the next world. And I think I'm on world 5 at the moment. You don't have to do all the stages. You can, like I said, you can navigate your way through the world, and just clearing out the ones that you're in your way. If you wanted to speed run it, for example, there's probably speedrunners, people who are doing speed runs for it would know the quickest way to get across to the other side, with the minimal amount of eggs and that kind of thing. I'm sure they're working out exactly how many eggs you need to get to the other side, and yeah, you can navigate your way through if you're careful. There's always like little secret ways to go through and avoid certain parts, so it's pretty cool. And there's like secrets and like secret stages if you're like good at navigating the world and swimming up stuff and doing acrobatics with your squid powers and stuff. So it's pretty cool, and it rewards exploration. It's cool. I like that. And you go out your way. You squid jump somewhere really out the way, and you land on like a little platform. It'll have something there. It's the Nintendo way, right? It's like you're rewarded for doing skillful stuff or going out the way and doing something that's a little bit more difficult. There's always going to be something there if you do that, which is what I like. So yeah, I'm really enjoying the story mode actually, and it's really hard to like balance what to do with Splatoon 3 because like the story mode's really good. I love Salmon Run, which is open all the time, and Turf War's still fun, and ranked is like, easier than ever with all the refinements that they've made. Just like, 4 of these like awesome modes, which are like, we're either in the second game, but they're now improved, or it's like brand new. And it's like, yeah, it's just like there's so much content to do. It's like it's really hard to know what to do. Like you have to just think about, what's the most fun for you. And for me, I usually start with Salmon Run, like I said before, like go up to the super bonus and then switch over to tough and a little bit of ranked. But if you don't want to do that, do whatever you want. Just stick with Turf War. It's still fun. And there is one tiny kind of throwaway mode, which I didn't take a screenshot of it actually, Danny, because this is the one thing that they added that I'm not a huge fan of. And it's the card battles. Oh man, what's it called? Tabletop battles or something? I can't remember even what they call it. So it seems to be like a kind of unnecessary addition, and it actually almost feels like this was a smartphone game that they had in development. They're like, okay, we need a smartphone game. Splatoon is hot shit in Japan. Yeah, we need a Splatoon themed smartphone game. And they designed one, and they're like, nah, we can't monetize this, or we can't sell this. Just fucking put it in the next Splatoon game. And that's what they did. So
I haven't tried it out myself, but I thought it looked really interesting.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It could be possible. Maybe this is like the testing grounds. Like, hey, if people dig it, then we can maybe make a more expanded version on smart devices.
Yeah, it could be that. So it's basically like Othello. You kind of like placing down cards, and then that card, you can put these. It's Turf War. It's like you're trying to get the most paint on this board, but instead of using weapons and moving around, you're just putting down shapes. So like you'll get like let's say a splatter shot junior, which is the basic weapon in Splatoon, card, and that will let you put like a Splattershot Junior shaped kind of pixel art shaped thing onto the board, and then that will be you will paint that on your side, right? And then the other guy takes his turn, then he puts a card down, and that paints whatever shape on his side, and then you keep taking turns, going back and forth. I think it's 20 turns, I think. And then at the end of when everyone's placed all their cards down, it'll count, like basically how many squares, how many pixels you've filled with your color, and how many he's done with his color. But it's against the CPU. It's only against CPU, which is the weird thing, right? That's what I mean by it feels like, something that wasn't quite developed for this. It's like a 2-player game playing against a computer only. It's a multiplayer game that you can't play online with your friends.
It's just like, the card games and stuff they added in like Final Fantasies and Knights of the Old Republic and stuff like that. I mean, obviously you're facing against a computer with that. I mean, that's different. Those are like, freaking RPGs. But yeah.
I mean, it's cute. Like the way you get to it, you can't even access it via the menu. When you hit X and you do the menu to jump to wherever you want, it's not even on there. It's like, I mean, have you got that kind of maps screen, Danny, like the menu with the little map on the right? It's right at the top of the city. Keep going. The map is that one. So it's like, where the hell is it? Yeah, see, it's not even on here, is it? It's like there's no little icon of the. Oh yeah, there is. Sorry, the card, the top right. That's where it is.
This thing.
Kind of the little green and blue cards. Yeah, that's where it is. So it's at the top. Yeah, and it is like, I mean, if you've been to Japan, it is like one of those when you go to like a shopping mall and they've got like a little event on, and they've got some like tables, or like a Pokemon. If you go to like a Pokemon store, and they have a little section to play Pokemon trading card games, right? With like tables on, and then the whatever the mats that they use to play it. It's like that. They've set it up like that. And then
Sure.
there's a dude that you talk to, and he's like, "Hey, you want to play some cards?" And then you play against like increasingly difficult CPU players. And I believe Sheldon is like the weapons guy. I believe he's like the last boss, or like he's one of the hardest CPUs to play against.
Hmm.
I'm not very good at it. I don't really understand the rules, and it's not really fun to me. Like
Lemonade said,
yeah.
yeah, I have no interest in table turf. And then JCat went on
Sorry.
to say too, yeah, it's weird that this minigame is not online. You can play against other people's decks, but it's against bots. So, yeah, okay.
Yep,
Hmm.
that's right. Not really worth it. I mean, play it once to see what you think, but it's basically Othello. And they do have things where, like, if you surround the other player's color, then it activates like a special, like in the game.
Sure.
And it does have the music, the last 30 seconds is like, the last 3 cards. It's like, it plays like the countdown music. And then it counts it like, it does with the turf war. How much percentage, it does exactly like a turf war battle kind of thing.
Sure.
But not for me, but it's fine. Like I said before, there's 4 huge modes with so much content. You really don't need it. I mean, somebody might like it. I don't know. Write in if you like table turf. Not me, but there it is. Yeah, I think that's everything. I mean, I'll probably be playing this forever, so I'm not going to talk about it every week
until Splatoon 4. Yes.
Yeah, right. But yeah, Splatoon 3 available now in all good retailers. And
Never heard of it.
Right.
Weapons wise, I'm not actually using any of the new weapons per se. I'm using some kind of like double dappy kind of things that were introduced in Splatoon 2.
Splat doolies?
Yeah, those kind of things, but like a little bit more long range. And it does have a special, which is new to Splatoon 3, which is this kind of like it sends out like a shockwave, which like kills everyone. And it stays there for like 3 bashes of the ground. It sends out 3 shockwaves. Like it goes dun dun, and it'll clear out like a whole bunch of people. So it's quite cool for like, throwing it down in the middle of the stage, like the heavily kind of the area of the map where people really fight over.
Yeah.
Or like in ranked, for example, you can actually put it on top of the tower that you're riding on. So you completely just wipe everyone out going near you, which is quite fun. And there is another gun that I like using, which has the tank, the crab tank. That's a lot of fun. I use that for just like turf war, because it's fun to just mow people down with this little turret.
Right.
And yeah, for ranked, I usually use that kind of shockwave thing. Yeah. Cool. So, Danny, you played 3 hours and that's it. You're done now with the game.
Yeah, that's it. So I've just been playing so many other different things, but yeah.
You got the download with the ticket thing, right?
Yeah. I'll stop sharing the screens, James, if that's okay.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I end up, because I didn't even realize that they stopped doing this in North America, but you can pay like 10,000 yen here, and you can get 2 Nintendo published games from the eShop, digitally, and that was really cool. And earlier this year, I used one of them to get Pokemon Arceus, which is a great game, and I was just kind of saving this one, and then that's what I used to get Splatoon. It's like, well, I'm going to get it. This seems like a good way to have it because I want it digitally. So here we are.
Yeah, they just added then Zelda and something else to it. The list of games that you can get. The voucher system.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a little bit different here in Japan because sometimes some games aren't published by Nintendo here, but they are in the West, like things like Live Alive, like Octopath Traveler, or something like that. Like sometimes things like that will not be available for people in Japan.
I got Dragon Quest 11 with
Yeah.
one of mine, but not
That's another one.
in Japan.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's
I got
another weird one too, because that's the Japanese version is language locked.
Right.
Thank you, Square Enix. But
Yeah, I think I got the UK tickets for that one.
yeah, cool.
Right then, pass on to the next person.
Sure. Well, I'll go next here. Something that because like I just said, I've been playing a lot of other things. Yes, I do have Splatoon 3, but I've been playing a lot of other things. Right before Tokyo Game Show, actually, the game I'm going to talk about is what I played. But I've been playing NBA 2K23. Great. We got a review code for PBA Pro Bowling 2023, which is surprisingly fun. I have a review up for that. If you guys want to learn more about simulation bowling on the Switch, you definitely can. But the topic of my new business today is Dragon Quest X Offline. And I have a new video that I put together to share here.
It's almost like I teed you up, isn't it? Talking about Dragon
exactly.
Quest 11. That wasn't planned, by the way.
No, it was not. Not this time. Yeah, so I've been playing a little bit of that again, just like kind of trying to get through like reviews for some other stuff. So just kind of the way it is sometimes. But just with the video footage here, like so just if you don't know, Dragon Quest X Offline is kind of like a chibified version of Dragon Quest X Online. And obviously the big thing about it is that you don't have to pay a monthly subscription. You just have the whole game. And right now you can see the opening cinematic for Dragon Quest X. This has been the same since the game released on the Wii. So yeah, maybe with some a little bit better visuals and stuff, but I'm pretty sure this is just like an FMV. But yeah, actually when I first booted up this game, I was kind of surprised, like, holy shit, did I pick up the wrong game? Like, because it's showing the regular proportioned characters and stuff like that here. But no, I'll probably get into this a little bit later, but what they'll do in this game for some of the cutscenes, they'll actually mix in some of these standard cutscenes that were from the regular game and kind of mix them in with the chibified version. So,
Danny, with the original one, you could customize your character?
Yeah.
Like you make your own character? So these cutscenes would change based on that?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not pre-rendered. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Okay. So I think, maybe I'll get into that a little bit here too. But I mean, yeah, Dragon Quest X, like online. I mean, yeah, like I said, that thing's been out since 2012. It's kind of hard to believe. Originally came out on the Wii. Now it's out on Wii U, PS4, Switch, obviously PC. You can even play it like in browsers and stuff like that via the cloud. Same with the 3DS. That's a cloud-based version as well.
The best version.
Yes.
3DS Cloud Edition.
Yes. And here in a bit too, I'm going to talk about a few differences between like kind of like direct comparison. I have like some footage to show what the online version is compared to like the offline version and stuff like that, like basically back to back. So you can kind of see that. It's kind of interesting. I'll kind of fast forward a little bit here on the video so we can get into the actual gameplay stuff. But they use their, Square Enix is all about making some kind of weird terminology for their tech when it comes to RPGs, I guess. Like HD 2D is a perfect example of that. But for this game, they used what they called the DD rotoscope. And DD doesn't stand for disk drive. It stands
the
for
double Ds. Yep.
Double Ds. No, it stands for dots and deformation. So like what they did with the game, they took like basically the original assets, the original character models and stuff like that, and deformed them, and then kind of, I wouldn't say like, obviously this is still like a 3D game. I mean, the biggest difference is that the camera is always at this isometric view. And you can't zoom in. You can twirl it around and stuff like that. And also I think it does a relatively good job at keeping up with like where you're going and stuff like that. But
you can't make any adjustments at all.
Just to the left and right. You can't make them like up and down.
Yeah.
So, battles are pretty standard Dragon Questy type of stuff. I mean, the enemies are running around the field here, so you have to actually run into them to initiate battles, or have somebody run into you or something. And the footage right here, this is just from like basically kind of like the pre-game before you really start getting into stuff. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm only like 3 hours in right now. Just kind of like past
Did you
this.
make this character, Danny, or is this just
Yeah.
the standard? Yeah, you
I made this character. Like it's still it's a little bit limited because like this is you're a human character, but there are other races and stuff like that that you can create in the game. I don't know too much about the story, but I don't want to spoil too much about that. But basically, some stuff goes very wrong, and we'll probably see it in the video here. I'll just kind of keep on talking, but back to the DD, the DD rotoscope thing. So yeah, I mean, in the original Dragon Quest X, and even like the re-releases on like more powerful hardware and stuff like that, you can see like there's some pretty nice looking like backgrounds and stuff like that, like environments, and in that game you would see obviously trees and grass and stuff like that, like individual blades of grass. But like what they kind of do with this graphical style in this game, they kind of take these like especially the ground textures. It's the ground, but instead of like the wind kind of blowing around like these actual blades of grass, they kind of have it like this effect where it's sweeping over kind of like the texture on the ground, and it kind of like moves, so it kind of like does that in a sense, which I thought was kind of a neat little thing there. Yeah, I know a lot of people out there are really upset that this is the direction that Square Enix went with Dragon Quest X Offline, but I think there's a good reason for it, especially for here in Japan, because I mean the logos for these look almost identical. Without, I mean, the exception being that one says online underneath and the other says offline. But like, if you tell grandma like, "Hey, I want Dragon Quest X offline," I mean, she's not going to know which one to pick up at the store. She's going to pick one of them up, So like, I think having a difference in visual style like this can kind of help a little bit to kind of differentiate the games, at least from a visual perspective. But
looks fine. Looks cute.
Yeah. I think it really kind of harkens back to older school Dragon Quest games. I think that's pretty cool. And
Although that might lead on nicely to JCat's comment here. Square Enix are straight up liars. They said in 2018 that if they ever made an offline version of DQX, they would bring it to the West, and then they make this chibified baby version, which really wouldn't fit with a Western audience. So maybe that's your answer.
Yeah, well,
I'm bringing it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that actual quote. I mean, they have talked about bringing Dragon Quest X to the West before, and obviously it just hasn't happened for a variety of reasons. I think with the online stuff is a little bit more difficult, so I can understand maybe in some instances why they wouldn't do that. But
yeah, I've got it. Dragon Quest X offline international version, and all the characters are back to normal.
Yes, there it is. No, I honestly think that's something that they could do. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. This could be one of those things, kind of like Dragon Quest 11 on the 3DS, where it was like its own 3D version, which actually kind of character models that are kind of similar to this, believe it or not. And then like the 2D mode and stuff like that they had as well. But yeah, and then here's me just creating another like an ogre type of character and stuff here too. Cool. If you're watching the video version. But I mean, it's a quite nice looking game. I mean, I did notice that in some of those cutscenes, like, man, there's some really bad artifacting and stuff going on. Like, I don't understand how it looks that bad. Like, at first I thought it was like
pre-rendered stuff. You mean?
Yeah, like kind of the pre-rendered stuff. Because I mean, like this, what's going on right now? This is like in-game type of stuff. But sometimes you'll see some of the other things where it just doesn't look that great.
Like that.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine. Back earlier, just a little bit, there was like a monster guy coming through. Maybe I'll just try to find exactly where that was, so I can. It's kind of hard to. The quality I know on this stream isn't that great, so like you might not be able to see it. But yeah, some of it's kind of messy, which is kind of disappointing. I will say, like early on, when I was fighting, like had a party of 3 and was fighting, there was a little bit of stuttering, like before the attacks too, which I thought was kind of weird. But I was playing the game earlier tonight. I didn't notice that type of thing at all. It was just me, my own character, just by myself. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. But yeah, I mean, this game is out on PS4 and PS5. So like, if you want like a more powerful version of it or something like that, obviously you might want to get it on one of those platforms. I think probably suits you well if you're looking for power.
Yeah, Japanese people run out and buy a PS5 now. Just go to your local store.
Yeah, I mean, they have been, for the advertisements and stuff like that on TV, it's been mostly talking about PS4 and PS5 versions of this. And
oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, PS4s aren't in production anymore. PS5s might as well not be in production here because all of them are getting sold to people living in China who are scalping them throughout the world. But here we are.
That's right. Just go out and pay $8,000 for a PS5. It's fine.
Sounds fair. Sounds perfectly fair to me.
Slight markup on the recommended retail price.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been having some fun with this though. I mean, I'm still pretty early on. I think I'm about as far as I got when I was playing the online version last summer, or in summer 2021. So yeah, right now, like today, I was just kind of like grinding out just so I could kind of move on to like the next part of the game and stuff like that. But
so this has the first 4 or 5 chapters or something like that, right?
Well, this is like, because with Dragon Quest X, there are 6 versions that are currently out right now, and this is basically version 1. And they're planning to add version 2, I believe, as DLC at some point in the near future. And I mean, because the story is already completed for all these games, so it's like there's a lot of stuff that they can tell, a lot of things that you can do, even in a single player setting. So I think this is something that they can kind of keep coming back to for a while. And I think that's smart, because I mean, some people just don't want to play a game online, or they don't want to sink in monthly fees. They just want to play a Dragon Quest with a cool story. So
Danny, version 1 has a beginning and an end, and then version 2 picks up, and that's a new story, something like
from
that.
my understanding. I mean, I haven't completed them, so I can't.
I wonder if then it has like a different world map and stuff like that, or is it just like remixed versions of the first one? I don't know.
Pretty sure it's the same like world map, the same world, Astoria, I think is what it's called. And yeah, just for kicks, I I have some comparison footage of the regular online version and this version, which I'll kind of throw up here right now.
How did you get that?
Because this is from the 3DS version that I played via the cloud last year. And you could kind of see, because like right now, this is like the opening, or the very first city. I'm kind of walking around. You could kind of see what the world looks like. And this is what the game looked like on 3DS, which is pretty much like the Wii version that was running on the cloud and streaming to your 3DS. But I mean, it still looked quite nice, and it actually ran pretty well. Fully 3D, full camera movement, like all that type of stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What is going on? Oh, you actually recorded it. This is your 3DS?
This is mine. I recorded this in summer 2021.
Wow.
So.
Oh, is that for your Japan only video?
Yeah, I made a video talking about this version of the game. And actually, because you would think that with the 3DS eShop and the Wii U eShop, like all of those things, like basically shutting down, that this version of the game would go away and the Wii U version of the game would go away. You will be surprised to hear that is not the case. Because I was looking it up just a couple of days ago. I was like, well, what the hell's going on with this stuff? And no, Square Enix is totally committed to keep continuing to support the Wii U and 3DS games. Like with basically from August, what had happened was you could no longer directly add funds to your My Nintendo Network ID account, but if you connected it to your, My Nintendo account, your Nintendo account, where you have on your Switch and stuff like that, you can actually just, use that pool of money to like pay for stuff. So like right now, that's fine. But coming March next year, just like a lot of online functionality, like purchasing things like that, downloading things and stuff like that. That's just going to go away. So, yeah, you would think.
Like Danny's fingers just come in with his stylus. Brilliant.
Exactly. But so you'd think like, well, what the hell are they going to do? Well, I guess with the Wii U version, they already have something kind of figured out. They have like some kind of thing they called like the Astoria Immigration Bureau portal, like on their website, where you can actually purchase tickets that could somehow be used. It's probably tied to your Square Enix account, like all that type of stuff.
Bureau. Right.
Yeah, and they're said they're actively working on something for the 3DS version too. So it leads me to believe that there must be still quite a bit of people jamming online, via the cloud on the 3DS with this game, which is pretty wild.
No, Danny, you got it wrong. The immigration thing is to prevent foreign players from joining.
Yes,
they have to get visas.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Oh, JCat's got a comment here. So she lolled at the fact that Sony marketed this in Japan. Sony marketed it because it sold more than 2 times the amount on the Switch anyway than PS4 and PS5 combined. Lols.
Yeah, it must have just been some kind of weird marketing thing, maybe trying to appeal to PlayStation gamers. That obviously, there's a big connection with PlayStation gamers and stuff like that over the years. But
right,
yeah, I mean, and maybe they just figured we don't need to advertise this for Switch. We need to just advertise this to make people realize, hey, you can play it on more powerful hardware too. Probably something like that.
Well, Dragon Quest has been the lead platform on Nintendo since the DS one, 9, right?
Yeah, 9.
Then
so like
10's been on a lot of systems, but I think most people played it on the Wii. And then 11, it was a PS4 game as well, right? But again, more people played on the Switch than the PS4.
And here too, I mean, probably 3DS. I mean, I'm pretty sure that game sold pretty well here.
I know it was on Xbox Game Pass. We don't know what the numbers they were, but I'm assuming in the billions.
Right. No, but it's like that's kind of weird because we don't know how many people played it on Xbox. Square Enix probably knows. Microsoft probably knows, but we don't.
That's right.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just, especially the stuff about how they're keeping this online version still on the Wii U and 3DS. It's wild. And I'm glad they are. That's just kind of cool. But
they're supporting online more than Nintendo does. It's like they're like, shut it down. It's only been up for 2 years. Shut it down, boys.
I mean, I guess the benefit of the 3DS version, because since it's cloud based, you don't have to download any updates and stuff like that. They just update this cloud server and that's it. The Wii U version, though, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more complicated, I think, with the next version of the game or patches and whatever. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how that works, but
I think Super Mario 35 has to be the greatest achievement in starting an online service and taking it down. Was it a year and a half?
No, less than that.
Amazing.
September 2020 to March 31st, 2021. You're welcome.
Nice. Well done, Nintendo. Good job.
And a cease and desist to somebody for that.
Exactly.
Themselves. Right. They cease and desist themselves.
That's going to do it for my new business. So let's go ahead and pass things over to Ty. And maybe we should be horrified, maybe pleased. I don't know. I mean,
talking of Dragon Quest on Xbox, let's go, Ty.
Yes.
Yeah.
What we got?
Hold on. I have like a whole folder full of trailers here. So I played a bunch of games, and I'll try to get through each of them real quick. All right.
Achievement Hunter, let's go.
Jesus Christ. I almost fell asleep listening to Splatoon and Dragon Quest for an hour.
Fair enough.
This is the end of the podcast, Ty. You got 2 minutes, so hurry up.
Yeah, man. It's over.
Thank
God.
God.
Going for 4 hours.
All right. Let's see. Where should I start? I'll say... All right, let's do this one. All right, let's see. I can just... what is it? Present?
Present. They changed the thing. Yeah.
Here you go.
Ty presents
Video
of the year.
Here.
Is there anything that's going to be on garbage of the year of the Fammies in this collection of games?
No. All these games are good, actually.
Shame.
Damn shame.
I'm gonna have to pick up the pace then. Shit.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Oh, fantasy violence. Let me turn down the volume here. Maybe you guys have probably seen this one. It's Wind Waker. No, it
yes.
isn't. But it's definitely very Wind Waker inspired. Anyway, this was thrown in my lap by Xbox Games with Gold.
Okay.
And I had some fun with it. It's kind of like I don't know what you call it. It's sort of a survival game. Alleges itself to be kind of a roguelite. I don't know if it actually is.
What's the title?
Good question. Windbound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not even trying with that one, are they?
Yeah.
Legend of Wind, Breath of the Wind.
Yeah. Jumping off of things. Yeah.
I mean, Ty, for everyone else watching this video, they're like, this is Breath of the Wild, but God bless you, you still haven't played it, so you don't get it.
Yeah.
It's Breath of the Wild, dude.
It's Wind Waker, Breath of the Wild hybrid.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Hey, you can make a huge ass fucking boat though.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
Yeah. Like you get this like whole giant floating fortress. I didn't play it for that long, but I basically, like, as far as I can tell, the game is kind of broken up into levels, and maybe each level's random. I don't know. Like, you sail around, you get all the doodads you need, and then you go to the next place. And you also try not to starve to death. That's a real thing.
Ooh.
So it's very survivally like that, you know. You cut grass and you weave it into rope, and then you use it to build your shitty fucking boat, and then you get killed by a warthog.
Nice.
So that's fun. But yeah, I played it for a few hours. I had fun. It is much more survival-y than it looks like here. You do have to eat food and stuff to stay alive.
Oh, it's on Stadia. I'll get it on that.
Hell yeah, brother.
I've got one on pre-order. I'm hearing good things about it.
Right? I'm sure that service will be around forever.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was fun. I might play it more later, or I might not. But the price was right. It was $0.
Can't argue with that.
Yep. Let's see what's next. I really want to talk about this game. All right, here we go.
Rated T for teen.
Oh, let me turn this down.
Fantasy violence. Oh, close your eyes, Danny.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw this game on like a direct or something at some point. But this is fucking Pumpkin Jack.
Oh, no.
I played this, dude. I got the review copy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I bought it on Xbox for like $1.
Nice.
But yeah, it's how far did you play it?
Yeah, I got pretty good through. I got past this Minecraft bit, minecart bit.
Okay, you probably played more than I did, but I had fun. Did this game seem particularly Crash Bandicoot inspired to you?
Yeah, or medieval, wasn't it? On the PlayStation?
Yeah, maybe. I never played that game though.
Me neither, but I know of that character.
Yeah. But something I don't think you would see on Switch, but I did see on Switch boxes, there was actually like Crash Bandicoot references in the achievement names.
All right.
And I'm like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, because James streamed this in 2019 or was it 2020? I don't remember. But just watching him play, I mean, it looked like super fun. Just like old school, like kind of 3D platformer stuff. I mean, action and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, and it also reminded me of Banjo-Kazooie a little bit. Like if Banjo-Kazooie was like a go from point to point game rather than collect items in a world kind of game.
Maybe I did. Maybe I got very close to completing it. All of the bosses in this trailer I've beaten.
Yeah.
So
right. Yeah, maybe. Well, now is the exact season to play it.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
AZ in the chat looks like Nightmare Before Christmas game, the Nightmare Before Christmas game on PS2 that Capcom made.
Lightyear Before Christmas. That's a different. That's a big song, maybe.
Nightmare Before Christmas or Lightyear, whatever.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, they have some on rails minecart stuff, which is, I guess, DK64 almost, and then like a horse, on rails horse thing as well, which I remember.
Yeah.
They've been as hard as those Minecraft ones as well.
Yeah. Well, I picked it up on sale. It might be on sale on Switch too.
If it
Well,
is,
Danny's the only one who doesn't have it now.
yeah, it's me now.
Loser.
It's pretty sick. It's definitely my second favorite Halloween themed game.
Nice. Hey, Hey, Ty, what's your favorite Halloween game? Oh, we're saving that for the next episode. Because that will be the Halloween episode. But
oh yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll play it. Try to get some 1 credit finishes.
Tune in next time to find out what Ty's Halloween game of the year is.
Pokemon Stadium.
On Stadia.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Stadia gang. Man, I've seen so many funny tweets about the Stadia in the last month. Apparently, like some developers got rug pulled pretty hard.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have another game, Ty?
Oh, I have 3 more games. Let's go.
Same shit. Shitty reboots. Shitty.
It's all shit.
Thinking.
How about a remaster?
Who said that?
So yeah, you all know this guy, Angry Video Game Nerd.
I bet it's
Right.
like polishing a
So apparently this is a fancy edition with some new features. Like it's 1 and 2 together. And there are these really simple, it's a really simple action game.
Look at those enhanced visuals.
And it's great.
Difficulty
It's
options.
funny as fuck,
And
actually.
Hard as balls. I love that.
Faster respawning to help with those
The difficulty
dreaded death
setting.
blocks.
Yeah,
Multiple
like there's
save
like little
slots
text-based
and more
dialogue on the bottom, and
accessibility
like I swear it's got to be written by the guy himself.
Are you nerd enough to complete the all-new final chapter?
What new final chapter?
You'll find
This is a
out.
good-ass trailer. Maybe I should turn this down though, so I can talk. I played the Castlevania level first. That was pretty good. Definitely floating heads that knock you off and you die, and it's great. Apparently one of the big features is after you die, you can respawn really fast now.
Okay.
So that's good. I think it's supposed to be a game where you die a lot.
It makes sense. It looks like one of those, yeah.
Yep.
So is this made to be like the hard as balls games that he plays?
Yes. But I mean, like the normal difficulty, it's not bad. It's like a Mega Man game, but
Okay.
like it has like literal like Iron Man instant death difficulties and stuff like that too.
Nice.
So that's fun. And there's a fucking level inspired by Custer's Revenge.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So that was fun. So that was the second level I played after the Castlevania one, and I had fun. So I'm definitely gonna keep playing it. Yeah.
Nice. Are
So
there
as you
any,
might have,
baby features, rewind features, all that kind of stuff?
I don't think it has rewind.
Is Angry Video Game Nerd, is he wearing a wig now?
Is he? Yeah, I noticed his hair was a little funny in this trailer.
Yeah. I mean, hey man,
Is he bald?
chance and hair loss happens to not all of us, but some of us.
Yeah.
Especially a guy with that much stress in his life.
Yeah, like God.
Right. Who knows? Maybe he had to film this promo on short notice.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Stick a
all
wig
right.
on him. Be fine.
No one will notice.
Yeah, cool game. All right. So I'm just going from order from least weird to most weird.
Okay.
All right. Let me remove this one. And as you may have guessed, I was kind of on a blitzkrieg of playing games for achievements again.
You? No.
Yeah, let's go.
How many did you get, Ty, over all these games?
It depends. I played Pumpkin Jack for a while. I got a good handful of them. Some of them, Windbound, I played for hours before I got one achievement.
Oh boy.
So that is a tough one. It's so many are achievements for finishing the game under different conditions.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Beat the game again.
Yeah. The video file.
I always hated the achievements for online stuff, especially if I just wanted to play single player stuff.
Right? Yeah. Actual Switch version trailer. All right. This game is Double Kick Heroes.
Okay.
It's a funny music game.
Metal.
Metal. Have you seen this one before?
Oh shit!
Familiar.
Oh yeah. It's like a music game at the bottom and then an action game on the top, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't really do anything with the action game. Like, you can kind of move the car up and down, I think, depending on what mode you set to. But like, I'm just hitting like so many fucking buttons that like, yeah, look at that.
You got your Guitar Hero guitar plugged in there, Tank?
Yeah, like I was gonna get into it. Like, I don't think you can fucking play this with a standard controller. Like, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say how?
Apparently, the Switch version, yeah, it has some sort of motion control supported. I don't know.
Not touchscreen, motion. What?
Yeah. So
Doesn't
if you
make
guys
any
have the
sense.
Switch version, you'll have to let me know how that works. I was playing it with the fight stick. I was using only the buttons, so I could kind of like piano on the buttons, like really fast, like because you have to hit it for like, you know, the drums where like you saw some of the screens, right, where it was just like a solid line of buttons.
Yep.
So
It looked like Guitar Hero on extreme mode.
yeah, pretty much. So I was actually playing on a fight stick, trying to figure out like the best button layout. So there's 3 different tracks, and you can have 2 buttons for each one. So you can try to imagine some kind of setup that might work for you, where you can get your hands on there and tap them out really fast. I was trying to. I could beat the first boss on like the second hardest difficulty right away, but I couldn't do it on the hardest difficulty right away. A little tough. I feel like I could if I turned my screen sideways and like did it like Beat Mania or Guitar Hero style. It's like I think reading music left to right is really weird and difficult.
I would say touchscreen would make a lot of sense with this one.
Yeah, I think you're right, because you could just tap on that. Oh, but you would Switch doesn't let you touch in more than one place at once.
No, it does. You're thinking of the Wii U.
Are you
the Wii
sure?
U doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Switch does. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many games support that type of feature, but yeah, it should be able to.
I was trying to do it on certain games and it wouldn't let me, and I kind of figured it was a hardware thing.
What is it? Demo, which is based on a smartphone game, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's straight up like a smartphone game. Yeah, a music rhythm game.
Yeah. So I had fun with it. It is tough to go right to the hardest difficulty. So.
Imagine that.
Get good, son.
Yeah,
I am getting good. All right. The music kicks ass, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
the trailer music was great.
Yeah, it's like it has like every style of music or every style of metal. I mean,
okay,
it's like it has classic metal, new metal, thrash metal. It's all there. Hope you like metal. All right. Now we're gonna get into some real weird shit. Here we go.
Iron Butterfly.
This sounds like rock and or roll. All right. Look at this fucking game right here. Xbox room, but it's on everything. All right, this is a re-release. Guess.
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, guess when this came out.
What the hell?
Yeah, what the? Like,
This
I'd never
is
seen this game before.
In the same vein as like Clay Fighters or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a jokey fighting game from 1997.
Damn.
Really? Wow,
Yeah, and like I never heard of this. It came
What
out
was
on
the original platform?
MS DOS.
Whoa, okay.
Yo, like we're playing real Kusuge now.
Yeah, holy crap.
Yeah. So I played this for a few hours. It's kind of wild. It feels pretty good. And like you can tell there's a lot of very specific fighting game references and jokes. Like I think the karate looking guy, like he has a move where like he says tiger and then like an actual tiger comes out.
Fighting jokes.
Yes, that's what it's called. Fighting jokes.
Fighting jokes.
Yeah. And so this game is having some kind of resurgence. Like it got re-released on everything. I think the Steam version is still pending, and
that's weird.
they're looking at adding rollback and other things to the game, so that's wild.
Ty, what was that scrolling beat 'em up that you really liked? It was like based on
Fight and Rage. Yeah,
Fight
it's like
and
almost
Rage,
the
yeah, this
same
is-
name.
right. The second game this year that you played something.
Fighting.
Fight.
Fight and Rage, Fight and Jokes. Yeah. So like I kind of did a double take at this. Like what? Like
Fight
I thought it was
control.
like a new shovelware, but it's actually like a retro revival of some kind. I'll tell you a couple things about it. The music kind of slaps. Characters are definitely weird, and they play weird. Jumps and movement are pretty fast. Kind of reminds me of King of Fighters almost. But yeah, I had fun with it. Just like as a random thing, it was like $2. And I'm like, hell yeah.
Well, yeah, mad props, because I thought that was like a modern indie game, but it's actually like a retro game. So
yeah, it's
cool.
It looks really good for 97.
Yeah.
Being made by two dudes.
Damn. Okay.
The power of DOS.
The power of two dudes on DOS.
Yeah, it's like the developer is literally called like Two Crazy Brothers or some
Right.
some weird thing like that. But yeah.
Oh shoot! Here we go.
Music
again.
kind of slaps. All right. Now for the one that's gonna get us demonetized. Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
God.
Anime
Right.
boobs.
Here we
Good
go.
game.
No boobs here. Yeah, Anime Boys. Let's go.
Oh shit! This one. Oh, is this the one, Ty?
Yeah, this is the one.
Okay.
All right. So it's
Okay.
it's the exact same game as Pretty Girls Mahjong, except instead of girls, you have femboys, and you dress them up in cute little maid outfits and cheerleader. Yeah, there you go.
Man, look at that guy's bulge.
Yeah, there's bulges. Hope you like bulges. I hope it shows the Catboy outfit.
So Ty,
Oh, yeah, there it is, right there.
You're gonna tell the story of how we got this game, Ty?
Yeah, like I think I was talking about it like there's no way this is getting a Switch version, right? And it like you showed up one day like, hey, guess what's getting a Switch version? And then on your own initiative, you like asked for a like a review code, and we got one.
Well, the crazy coincidence was that we got an email like the next day, just randomly, about this. And I was like, Ty, should I ask for a code for this then? And you said yes.
Hell yeah.
So I emailed them, and they're like, here's your code. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah. Like I follow the main PR guy on Twitter. He's pretty funny. He's also like a big time game collector, I think.
Okay.
Oh, what was his name? He was just tweeting. I swear to God.
But it was just so funny how it went from jokes to reality in such a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
now Ty's playing this game.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
So like
But
it's
this
pretty
is the
similar
same
to the
company.
other one then, right? I mean, like gameplay wise.
Yeah, like actually it has literally a lot of the same puzzles.
Okay.
So
right.
So
Reskin.
yeah, it is more or less a reskin of
Every definition of the word. Reskin.
Delicious Pretty Girls, the second one. And it has a lot of the same puzzles. So you should decide for yourself which you like more, like femboys or girls with big boobs. I know, tough choice.
Yes.
But like if you're in it purely for the mahjong, they're gonna have a lot of the same puzzles. So you might feel let down. Yo,
Enjoy.
shout outs to East Asia Soft for getting this past Nintendo.
Right?
Yeah, Nintendo don't seem to care about anything they put on the eShop these days, do they? Jesus Christ.
Free money.
Totally good with it.
Nice.
Yeah, follow the guy on Twitter. What was his name? Hold on. What's it? Andrew something?
Pretty Boy Andrew?
No.
First name
I think
East.
he's actually the director on this game.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, he has some good tweets.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there it is. Joshua Michael French. Joshua M. French. on the
Ty-
Shitbird app.
Ty, Azik in the chat asked, will this be ported to Stadia?
Sure.
The answer is yes.
Sure.
It already is.
Right.
Yep.
If you use your imagination, anything is possible.
Yeah. I mean, at least Google is refunding like all the purchases made on Stadia.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, including the hardware, which is hilarious.
Wow.
In turn, I think a lot of developers are getting fucked. That's what I've been seeing on Twitter. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
I think the Stadia team found out they were getting shut down at the same time like all their partner developers did. So
Jeez.
big rest in peace to those guys.
Yep. Cool.
All right. So maybe I'll report back on this once I reveal the last secret femboy.
Okay. Cool. Well, Ty, if you could
No.
both of those. Okay. Thank you. Just from the stream.
That is a real video game. That just happened.
That's nuts.
Only on the Famicast. Exclusive.
Right. Well, that is going to do it for the new business. We're going to go on to a little bit of now playing at famicast.com. Now playing at famicast.com. Lots of stuff going up on the website, YouTube, patrons and stuff like that too. We got a bunch of stuff. I'll just kind of go through this here quickly. I mean, I mentioned earlier in the show, there's a review up if you're into simulation style bowling. We got you
Hell
covered.
yeah, brother.
Yeah, so PBA licensed PBA Pro Bowling 2023 is out. It's been out for a while, not only on Switch, it's on Xbox and other things too. I think Steam, probably PlayStation, stuff like that. Check out my review if you want to learn a little bit more about simulation bowling. The Switch version has a motion control mode. You probably want to hear more about that. I'll keep my lips sealed here, so you check out the review. Have it up in written form too, if that's your bag. Lots of other stuff too. James is pulling up the website. We're going to talk about some of this stuff up in the news here a little bit too, but Nintendo Live is coming up here really quick. We'll talk about that in the news. For patrons, my episode of The Games That Made Us, episode 5, talking about some really awesome Super Nintendo games, ? Just went up last Friday. So if you're a patron and support us for $3 a month, that is yours. Ty was with me. We made it through, and
I call it the Bald Eagle cast because that's where you guys just talk about America in the 90s.
Hamburgers and guns.
Pretty much.
That's why Danny doesn't invite me on, because I don't know how to use a AK-47 or whatever you guys used to.
SK-15, whatever.
M1911. Made out of pure strain bald eagle.
Yes.
Right.
James, you also had a video that you put up last week too, didn't you? Yeah,
well, actually, there's a couple of Splatoon videos up now.
Mm-hmm.
I did one, the Splatfest, the demo one. That's been up for a while. But I did one with the Gear, Grub, and Fun Splatfest. I chose Team Grub because I like food, and I lost. I believe it was Team Gear. Yeah, Team Gear, that one. I got to a pretty high rank during the Splatfest. So I still got a whole bunch of sea snails. Thank you very much. So that was fun. But check out the video if you want to see I captured a bit of the lobby, the city area, which looks really nice during Splatfest. Party going down, the music and everything like that. It's cool. It's worth checking out. Feel the atmosphere of a Splatfest without actually playing it. And Danny, you've already talked about the games that made us, right?
Yep. I think we're covered.
Yeah, the rest of it's all on the website. Check out the website. Add it to your bookmarks, your RSS feeder, which no one seems to use anymore.
No.
I use RSS feed.
I've never used one in my life.
It's awesome.
Same.
I'll listen more.
Don't be stupid, Danny.
Sorry.
It's all of this and more on the Famicast.
Pardon. All right. James, I think it's time for a little bit of that. That's right, folks. It's time for the JAPANews. Just
It's back, baby.
yeah, it's back. We haven't had it for a little while because of TGS and stuff like that, but all about gaming and news in Japan. And since we went a little bit long intentionally on new business today, I thought we'd keep the JAPANews a little bit short today. But there's one thing that we totally missed for the last episode just because of timing and stuff like that, and that is the Nintendo Direct. Right. I have a video I'm going to share.
Which one?
One aspect. Yeah, right. No.
How long ago was it?
Yeah, that was on the September 13th. Right now it's October 5th. So yeah. But the first thing I wanted to kind of just touch on here is, obviously there's more N64 stuff that is coming to the Switch. Pilot Wings was announced to be coming. Mario Party 1, Mario Party 2, Pokemon Stadium, Mario Party 3.
Not Mario Party 3 in Japan?
Yeah. Mario Party 3, Pokemon Stadium 2, which is Pokemon Stadium 1 in the West, Pokemon Stadium Crystal version, that's Pokemon Stadium 2. 1080 is coming. Excite 64. And in Japan, Harvest Moon 64 is coming. That is not coming to the West. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Isn't it?
Yeah, but obviously one of the biggest and coolest things that is coming to the platform is, of course, none other than, come on, video, kick in. Waiting for it.
And I gave this game 007 stars out of 5.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Say that to the guys in with the American TV spot.
Right. GoldenEye is coming. And it was kind of interesting. And I have the English video coming up right after this, but on the Japanese one, they said GoldenEye, on the North American and European one, it said GoldenEye coming soon. But on the Japanese one, it says 2023.
Which is not soon?
No. And then, there's also, Microsoft talked about how this is, GoldenEye is also going to be coming to Game Pass. But one of the biggest differences here, they made a big deal on the Nintendo version to say including online play, but it's apparently not coming to the Game Pass. Xbox.
A brave thing to say, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
version, but
online
it's kind
is coming to GoldenEye.
Yes, that's kind of weird.
If you live in Japan and you have a LAN adapter, GoldenEye 64 is coming to the online. But if you don't fit that, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Stick to local play.
When they first announced this back during the Direct, they said coming soon. I was expecting it in days, but it's been, 3 weeks and haven't seen anything of it. So
they missed that 25th anniversary window.
Yeah, it seemed like
thanks Putin.
Yeah, pretty big missed opportunity there.
So Ty has theories. I have theories about why Xbox doesn't have online and Switch does have online.
All right.
So, it's obvious that Switch has online because, they just copy and paste the ROM, and then that's what the app does with all the N64 games. Even single player games you can play online. Doesn't make any difference. But the weird thing is that Xbox are kind of famous for doing really good ports for old arcade games, old games. They always had leaderboards, online play, achievements. And then for GoldenEye, they just said, nah, we're not doing online. That to me seems weird.
It is weird.
That's not a very Xbox thing to do, is to not add online modes, right?
Right, absolutely. Did you ever play the port of Perfect Dark that they made on Xbox?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah,
right? That was top notch, super robust online play.
When multiplayer, I'm assuming it wasn't split screen, right? You could play full screen multiplayer, right?
Right. And I did regularly with all my friends.
So I don't know if it's the same engine. Is it? Is
more or less?
It's like just an updated GoldenEye engine, isn't it? But
Yeah.
whatever. Well, I guess you got expansion pack stuff to think about with Perfect Dark, right? So it couldn't be exactly the same, but yeah. I wasn't expecting like a full screen multiplayer thing on the N64 thing. Obviously, it's just emulating the 64 game one for one. But like with the Microsoft version, like so Tyre, is it just they adding it to Rare Replay and then that's it? It's like becomes part of Rare Replay, and then that's
no, it's its own thing, but
it does have that little Rare Replay like logo.
It's because if you own Rare Replay, you're getting it for free.
I see. I see.
Okay.
But like it'll also they'll just slap it on Game Pass. I mean, Rare Replay is on Game Pass as well.
Right.
But like if you actually bought Rare Replay, like what is it? It's 30 games, right?
Yeah.
And like all the old games are actually in like the Rare Replay. It's its own software thing, and then like the stuff that was actually like on 360, like those you can actually download and play separately from Rare Replay. So it's kind of like just adding another thing. You can launch them from Rare Replay for some reason, and I think Rare Replay like tracks some stats in them. But
yeah, I remember playing on your Xbox, and I remember seeing a Banjo-Kazooie icon, like its own separate icon.
Yeah. I think I have it twice because like I bought it before, but like it also came with Rare Replay.
So GoldenEye will be a similar kind of thing, right? It's on.
Yeah, they're just adding it on there.
So Ty, what's your theory about why the online isn't coming?
Yeah, my first thought is like it's fuckery. It's like Iwata is sabotaging this from beyond the grave.
Right.
But then I thought about it more. It's like, because remember they originally ported it to X360 and they didn't release it. And I'm pretty sure that version didn't have online play either.
Okay. Not even LAN or anything?
Nothing? It had LAN. So I wonder if the Xbox One is going to have LAN. But man, I can't remember the last time I saw a game that was actually just had a LAN option.
Yeah, on Xbox. I mean, and on anything. Yeah. Holy God.
Yeah.
How would that even work these days?
Yeah. I mean, I did play Left 4 Dead LAN on Xbox with like 4 different models of Xbox, which was hilarious. that was an adventure all its own. So it might have LAN, but who knows? I mean, maybe they'll add online play later. Maybe when you get the game and you hold up your Xbox, it'll float through your roof and fly to the moon. We can only speculate.
Well, my theory is that deals were done. It was like, okay, this is a Nintendo game made by Rare. You own Rare, but we own the game. And then Sony's like, oh, well, yeah, we own the music. And then whatever, MGM says, yeah, but we own the Bond license. Like, it's like, okay, guys, we need to work something out here. No one's going to be happy. Okay, Nintendo, you get the game, but it's just the N64 game. It's just the ROM. Okay, your ROM emulator has online. Okay, whatever, that's fine. And then Xbox is like, okay, well, we get the ROM as well, right? And then we can just like make a better version. And it's like, well, no, that's not fair. You just get the ROM as well. You can whatever increase the resolution, but leave it as it is. And then that's the deal. So everyone's a winner / loser. No one gets everything, but everyone gets something.
Yeah,
it's probably something along those lines. Oh, I could be completely wrong. Who knows?
Yeah, I kind of think that might not be the case. Like, do you remember the theory? I think I told you in DM, like that maybe the guys working on the Xbox port are just doing like the bare minimum because they didn't know if they were going to get canceled again.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. Right. You don't want to put in 4 million hours of work to then say, yeah, that's not happening.
Right. So I think that one makes a little more sense. And maybe I'm just being optimistic that they'll add in online play later, but who knows? We'll see how it shakes out. It could just get fucking canceled again. Wouldn't that be something? Knock on wood.
Take
Wow.
a leaf out of Nintendo's book. Put no work into it at all. Just put it on the emulator and cross your fingers and hope it works.
Right. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't
Oh
wait
man,
to
the
play
controls
online.
and shit are probably gonna be fucking awful on Switch.
Well,
Right?
if you have the N64 controller, you're good.
I mean, with my authentic, 100% authentic N64 pad, it's going to be fucking awesome. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Xbox, good luck with your buttons or whatever.
Yeah, it could be
but
gross.
yeah.
Well, if they do it like Perfect Dark, like the controls in Perfect Dark are just like chef's kiss, perfect.
It feels good.
Feels real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting on game night. Metal Mike in the chat says he's already looking forward to playing with us on GoldenEye game nights. Yeah, that will be fun. Whenever that will be.
Exactly
Hopefully it's
right.
before the end of season 6.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll
And
be
yeah,
next season.
Before, like I said, I thought they were just going to release, just dump it like in September, GoldenEye. And then I thought, well, Japan, probably the reason why they put 2023 is because it's not as iconic here because people didn't really like shooters as much. So they're probably just throwing it to the back of that whole list of stuff. But I'm beginning to wonder what's keeping it, because I mean, I think with all the N64 stuff, I mean, the NCL has it listed like for 2022, it's Pilot Wings, Mario Party 1, Mario Party 2. That's it. That's 2022. And then for the other games, they have them all listed as 2023. So right now it's October. That's 1, 2, 3. Those are 3 games. Pilot Wings, Mario Party, Mario Party. Where the hell is GoldenEye going to go?
But Mario Party.
They're adding Goku.
Yes.
Well, that's another good game night game, isn't it? Mario Party. Sure. And that's another game where I would never have bought back in the day. It's like, fuck, I'm not spending 60 squids on a Mario Party game. But yeah, free on a N64 app. Sure, I'll give it a shot.
That's still too expensive for me.
Right.
I demand to be paid to put any more time into that game.
Nice as well.
Yeah,
I'm really glad Pilot Wings is coming. That's a great game.
So yeah, patrons, place your bets now. Are we going to be playing GoldenEye in Famicast Season 6 or Season 7?
Also, too, I forgot to mention, actually, game night is coming up for patrons this month, October. Ooh. So we'll get back at you.
We won't be playing GoldenEye in this one, but yeah.
We won't. Probably not. One of the other things that came out of this Nintendo Direct 2, they actually name dropped the new Zelda. There's a new title for the game. They showed off a little bit more footage. The title is Tears of the Kingdom. Some people were speculating that it's actually Tears.
Dude, no. It's totally Tears, man. It's like tearing the kingdom apart, man. Look, I know Japanese, all right?
Yeah, definitely Tears. If you can read the katakana, it says Tears.
It's funny, like, if you watch the Japanese one, we knew within, 3 seconds what it was. But then that still didn't mean there wasn't going to be speculation for the next 2 weeks.
I know.
Game Explained doing a 4-hour video. Well, let me explain how it could be Tears. Oh, Tears. Dude! No. Watch the Japanese trailer. Shut up. Stop talking. Stop talking.
Exactly. So, yeah, and they there's a release date for this as well. Oh my God, it's May 23rd, May 12th. May 12th, 2023, I think. It'll show up at the end of the trailer. Jesus, I've already forgotten.
Probably should have put it in the agenda, mate.
I know I should have. That's how stupid of me. Or I did not.
It's it is crazy how all of this, the entire trailer was not on the ground. It was like all in the sky. Like, it seems they haven't just, I mean, this is why it's taken another fucking 5 years. They haven't just, rejigged the ground and then said, yeah, job done. Breath of the Wild 2, let's go.
Right.
It's like, no, we're going to make a whole nother entire world. Oh, there it is, 12th of May. Mm-hmm. In the sky. And who knows, you may go to the ground, but we're not going to show you that. So we're just all going to show you new stuff, which is crazy. I mean, what do you think, Danny? I mean, would you have been happy, like, just like a remixed version of the ground and had it like 2 years ago, or what they're doing?
I'm glad that they've been taking their time with this. I mean, yeah, who doesn't want to play a Zelda? Well, Ty maybe, but I mean, yeah, I really don't mind that they've been taking their time with this, because I think their output just with other games has been good. So I mean, it's giving me a chance to play a bunch of other stuff as well. So that's cool.
Tell us in the chat. Would you like to play Breath of the Wild Chapter 2 in 2020, or would you don't mind waiting till 2023?
Yeah,
the Tears of
what
the
it is.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm hyped for it. It looks awesome, and it seems like there's a whole extra map. It's like they've added a light world, dark world, but whole extra world to it. It's great.
Right. I'll be picking it up day one. I'm waiting to see what kind of collector's edition or something like that they're going to have, and
you want
like
that
type
sword.
of stuff. Yeah.
Did you get the? Was it Cyrus who got the super special edition, right?
Yeah, at that time I wasn't picking up special editions for games. That's only kind of like a recent thing for me.
I seem to remember whatever was that. Yeah, Switch is the new version of the Famicast. Post NWR Famicast was Switch, right? So it would have been whatever episode 101.
Yeah, it could have been because we talked about that on 100 on NWR. Maybe even like 99. I don't remember. But
whatever. 101 to 105. Look in the background. Cyrus probably had a big ass sword, right?
Yeah.
In the background. May he rest in peace.
Yes.
Yep. It's cool.
Okay. Well, just a couple of other things just to.
He was riding a big flying thing. We probably should have pointed that. Not a wing, not a whatever it's called, a gull wing. Whatever that. What was the thing called in the Skyward Sword? I forgot what they're called now. Those birds.
Oh.
It wasn't that.
Sure.
It looked more mechanical.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people thought or assumed that the Breath of the Wild would give you some kind of flying machine near the end, right? But instead we got a motorbike. Brilliant.
Makes perfect sense.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
But maybe we are finally going to get the flying machine in this new one.
Sure.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears torn in half. Just a couple of other little bits here with news. So I've been posting a lot about it on the website, kind of talking about it on my own personal Twitter and stuff like that as well. There is a Japan-only Nintendo event coming up this weekend, and that is Nintendo Live 2022. I've won tickets to go. I've won ticket singular to go to this event.
Ticket
get. Like you could register for multiple people, but I think it was asking for like, okay, make sure you get your friends to put their Nintendo IDs and like all that stuff in there. I was like, I don't fucking want to do this. Just good luck, James. Good luck, Ty.
I don't want friends to come with me.
I don't. No, I mean, and the cool thing about this event, this is going to be the third one they've ever had. They had it. It started in 2018, the year after they had the big Switch event that we all three went to.
Right, it was here, right? 5 years. 5 years in the making. 5 years earlier. 5 years ago. We're all there.
Yeah, it's at a place called Tokyo Big Sight. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get out there.
Not for me.
More like Big Shite. Am I right?
Yeah, but this is going to be really cool. I mean, there is limited attendance, like only 5,000 people per day. This is a 2-day event. But there's also tournaments and stuff going on, so people can get in via that way. I lost that way to get in, so I got in with the general admission, which is absolutely fine. But there's going to be some like a concert there as well, featuring KK Slider doing some Animal Crossing stuff, and then like a Splatoon 3 thing. Looks pretty dope.
Are they doing the hologram thing?
I'm not sure how it's going to be because they haven't really said any details. So like I'm going to the second showing of it because there are 3 showings per day of the concert. I'm going to the second set, I guess, on Saturday. So that should be pretty cool. Obviously, recordings and stuff are very strictly prohibited, so I just have to talk about it. But it should be cool. There's no like exclusive games or anything. And yeah, I mean, I put up like a kind of like what you can expect from Nintendo Live 2022. It's like an article on Famicast.com. I'd say definitely check it out. If that's something that sounds interesting.
Hey, we have this many events that have Nintendo games in Japan. It's kind of a rare thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So I remember when the news first came out that this was coming back this year, a lot of you guys were kind of interested or excited, like, well, what is this about and stuff. And I'll be covering this to an extent, like over the weekend and stuff. So please expect some more videos and written stuff about everything about Nintendo Live 2022.
You should do a really clickbait video, like with the thumbnail has like Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, yeah, because Tears of the Kingdom is Tears of the Kingdom will be there. Okay, guys, Tears will be there. I'll leave it at that. Actually,
all the exclusive Nintendo games I played on the show floor, and that the thumbnail is that, and then and the video has actually nothing to do with Zelda.
Yeah, I mean,
no. Then it's just like a badge that you bought.
Yeah, I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is going to be there as a photo booth. You can get your picture taken with Link.
Tear it up.
And like Azek said too, obviously Switch Pro, reveal confirmed. That's going to happen too. Duh.
Danny will be playing Zelda on the Switch Pro live at the event.
It's going to be great.
Like and subscribe to find out more.
Exactly. So yeah, and then just one other thing. This is something that's coming up on Friday for us here in Japan. Friday, really, really freaking early in the morning, and that is the reveal or the teaser, the first teaser for the Super Mario Brothers movie. This is coming on Friday, October 7th here for us at 5:05 a.m. For you guys in North America, it's a pretty reasonable time of day. You're, Australia, you guys just have to get up and this is a little bit early. Like if you're in New Zealand, day's already started. You might already be at work or school or whatever. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, people are already mad about Mario not having an ass. With this, I think that's like
man.
I think it's like tongue in cheek, but some people might actually be really mad about it.
There was a leaked. There was a picture of his face.
Yeah,
what was it? GameStop?
Fucking McDonald's.
Oh my!
Somebody from Reddit. Yeah, I forgot what the Reddit.
So Mario's face does look slightly different.
Yeah,
it doesn't look like the game renders.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of detail. I'm going to kind of zoom in. You can't really probably tell too much on the video, but there's a lot of detail on the denim for Mario. You can see no ass.
Where's his ass, man?
Yeah.
Man, ain't got no ass.
Somebody mentioned that the toads have teeth.
Oh, God.
So like, that's kind of funny. But,
they're making it as realistic as possible.
Yes. Yes.
Mario's right.
Hi, Tanny. All right, Tani. His arms are weirdly buff in that McDonald's image. Okay, I didn't notice that. Sure.
His face actually looks exactly like Chris Pratt.
Yes, exactly.
Modeled on Chris Pratt, who also doesn't have an ass. So there you go.
Yes.
Theory confirmed.
Yeah, and actually, that's interesting too. There's an antique shop that sells pixelated items in the side over here, which is kind of cool.
Oh man, there's going to be so much merchandise with this movie, isn't there?
Yeah, so I'm excited just to see what this is going to be about. And I think it'll be fun. It's coming out on April 7th, 2023 in most places. It's coming out in Japan. I'd seen Genki had retweeted something. I think it's April 28th, probably matching up with Golden Week.
Next year? It's coming out?
2023. Yep.
Oh, wow. The weird thing when it was first really announced, do you remember when Miyamoto introduced the cast? And we all had a good laugh when.
That was so fun.
But in the Japanese version, they also introduced the English voice cast, which I thought was weird because animated movies always have different voice casts in Japan. They are never, ever, ever subtitled.
Oh man, I totally forgot about that.
And animated stuff is always dubbed, so it'll be just for Japanese celebrities, voice actors, right?
Yeah.
So it's funny. I don't know. It's weird when animated stuff, like Western animated stuff becomes popular in Japan. Yeah. And like Toy Story, when you tell Japanese people like, oh yeah, that's Tom Hanks. Like they actually modeled him on Tom Hanks, and they're like, what are you talking about? That is not Tom Hanks. That's Woody.
That's Harry Tanaka.
Right.
Is.
So yes, Japanese people do not know that the Toy Story cast list, for example, because it's not in Japan, and Mario will not be Chris Pratt in Japan. So,
yep,
facts.
All right. Yes. Well, that is going to do it for the JAPANews. So let's go ahead and move on.
I can do very, very short Fukubukuro.
Sure.
Because we need to get to some trash.
Hell yeah.
I wasn't.
And we have some feedback. I hear it, James.
Okay, I just couldn't hear the music. There it is. Yes, this is the part of the show. It's been a while, actually, for various reasons. The Fukubukuro of Fabulousness. I think I did one when I was just about to fly out to the UK. That was the last one I did, I think.
Yep.
But we are back. This is the show part of the show where I give you games to buy for cheap and the good.
You're giving them to us this time? Cool, man. Thanks.
Nice.
Pretty much. So under $10, over 75% Metacritic score. Here we go, American eShop. Cuphead, the DLC, the delicious last course, which Ty has suspiciously not talked about at all.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to go on sale. Hilarious.
Okay. Well, Ty, here we go. 80 cents off.
Yeah.
Lowest price ever. It's now $7, 19 cents. Get on it. I think that's it. Oh, it's Super Meat Boy 2. Sorry, Super Meat Boy.
Okay.
Also, not Super Meat Boy 2. Is $6. Another tie game. Guacamelee, both games 1 and 2 are both. Guacamelee 1 Super Turbo Championship Edition is $3, $3.74. Absolute bargain. And I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else we're talking about? That could be it. I don't want to extend the podcast even longer. Mr. Driller Land is a full price, like usually a $30 game. It's $7.49 at the moment. So you've been on the fence about that one. It's apparently pretty good. It's like a lot of content in that one. Other stuff we've mentioned many, many times before. The Gardens Between, $6. Get on it. It's so good. And I think that's about it. Mortal Kombat 11 is $10.
10 around.
Yeah, and so is Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, you want to play on the train.
Yep. But if you buy those, you're going to be missing out on a lot of DLC characters stuff. That's where they get you.
Yeah.
Right. Candleman is not Candle Knight, which I played at TGS, by the way. That's because Candle Knight is not out yet. Candleman is out. I don't know what that is, but it's $10. I have no idea.
Brother or uncle?
Party Hard is on sale again, Ty, $7.49.
Good game.
And Arcades. What the hell's Arcade Spirits? I feel like Ty's mentioned that.
I don't mention it. I think it's like a visual novel.
It's what now?
I think it's a visual novel.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Ty, sorry, Danny, that reminds me of what was it 1980 something that you played?
Oh, 1980X?
Yeah, where it's like you're playing arcade games in the 80s.
Yeah, that was a really cool game.
Yeah, it's like something like that.
Short,
all right, then.
But yeah.
Anyway, that's from Deku Deals. If you don't know what Deku Deals is, you can customize these lists or any way you want. Categorize it by, country. You can do the Japan eShop, American eShop, UK eShop, Australian eShop, whatever you like, and you can filter it by how much money you want to spend and how good you want the game to be. And it's awesome. So check it out.
Cool.
Right then, let's go to some anime trash.
Yeah, it's garbage. Let's go. Let's see. How many boxes do I got a last-minute delivery this morning. Let's see. I think I have 6. All right. Let's open them up.
Ooh, so, I like your... is that a Minecraft pumpkin type?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Nice. You won that last...
Yeah,
well,
that
would have been
the
before...
last one, I think, or the one before.
Yeah, one of them. I mean, it was very recently, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I got a student who works in a merch kind of shop, and I was like, "Oh, you must be selling Halloween stuff by now." And it's like, "No, we already started Christmas stuff. Halloween stuff's done."
Oh yeah.
What do you mean done?
Dude,
Halloween yet?
Done manufacturing.
Yeah, Halloween stuff starts in freaking the middle of August, and then around now it's Christmas, baby.
Halloween, old, hasn't even happened yet, but whatever.
All right, we got packing material. And we got an anime chan. This is a VTuber. What's her name? I don't know. But Taito Ketcher has been like running this like super easy like plush and pillow machine for a while, just like random clearance stuff. So I got this one. It was probably free or almost free. So hell yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
While Ty's opening up his next box, actually, Azeke said something about the Mario movie that I've kind of just missed, but he said, no way Nintendo won't release a Mario game to coincide with the film. Yeah, I mean, that could be a possibility. They did specifically say that with the teaser that they're not going to have anything about a game at all, like at least for right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Or they'll just, repackage New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
Wow.
And put a different sticker on it and say new
They
best
reveal
price.
it's a canon sequel to the Bob Hoskins movie.
Can't wait.
Get those plumbers. All
Yes,
right. What the hell am I?
Mario Maker levels.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Mario Maker levels inspired by the movie. Damn, they really taped this one up. So this is a one from Tokyo Catch. Who knows what they've had in here? Oh, fun stuff. Oh yeah, Tokyo Catch. I recently like fucking bounced an item like straight out of the machine. I'm like, does this count? Like I sent them a ticket and they counted it. God bless them.
Cool.
Yeah. What do we got? I have a new Tokage. Look at him.
Oh, that guy. Is he got like little 3D glasses?
Yeah, little 3D glasses and a big old hot dog or something. Yeah, that's a hot dog.
Nice.
It's great. I love Tokage. He's my favorite Sumi Kogurashi.
Nice. Not Dear Daniel.
A lizard.
And,
It means lizard, by the way.
Yep.
And I got a Miku.
There she is.
Yeah, this is a new one. I don't remember winning this.
15th anniversary. Damn. Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Wow. If she was 15 when they started, and now she's in her 30s.
Yeah, she's 30. She's sick of this idol shit, I'm sure.
She's a
all
mom.
right. Yep. All right, next up. Where's this from? This is from Toriba.
Yeah, and for you guys watching, I like to say this every time, but we have it linked up, all these sites linked up in the YouTube description, also on the site article for the podcast. So if you guys want to check this stuff out, follow the links, do it. We're not getting paid for this or anything. Ty's not getting paid by these guys. Probably should.
Or is he?
Getting paid in merchandise.
Right.
No, like every week I tell you, don't play this fucking site. It's too difficult.
Yeah, and then you go and do it for us.
All right, I got a Halloween themed anime chan. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea who this is.
Coreful figure.
That's like a series. All right, it looks like
Sure.
Journey of Adelana something. I don't know.
Oh, of course.
But she's cool. She's cool. It's Halloween.
And it's a cool looking figure.
I should get all the Halloween themed figures out. And I need to put these so many of these away where no one will ever see them again.
Right.
All right, knocking them out. Let's go. We have another one from Toriba, a slightly bigger box this time. Yeah.
For those of you watching the video version, you could see Ty's Among Us costume, kind of this on top of the pile behind him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Getting ready
Just
for the
waiting
Halloween
to be
party.
used. Yeah. Yep. I do have a Halloween party scheduled.
Nice.
All right. Let's see. What do we got here? Two things on the manifesto.
I know where you live. Written in blood.
Yes. It's Steve, baby.
Nice.
Right? Let's free him.
Steve.
I love you, Minecraft Steve. The design of Steve reminds me of a comic I saw once, where like the first 2 panels is like a guy like just scribbling some like the shittiest character imaginable at his crappy job, and he's like, oh, good enough. And then it becomes like super popular and merchandised everywhere. And the last panel is him like, yeah, I would say is a very inspired design. So Steve reminds me of that. He's like a piece of shit filler character that became super popular, right? We'll
just
put him here.
just like Master Chief, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Shooter guy. The
Anonymous
Doomslayer.
man with helmet.
Oh no. What have I done? I have to keep the pumpkin in the shot. Not happening.
Great job, Ty. God.
God. Alright, well, you have to do with another goddamn anime figure. Oh, speaking of which, here's another goddamn anime figure.
Okay.
We got boobs.
Don't come in, Mom.
And she has bunny ears. So that goes in the Bunny Girl collection.
There it is.
Which is now massive. I don't know how that happened.
Well, I can tell you how it happened. It's just more and more anime trash just flooding the room.
Yeah.
This happens, man. Happens to the best of us.
Kind of a rattly box here. What's going on?
A broken.
Where's this
figure.
even from? This must be from Tokyo Catch.
They don't like to put their stuff on the boxes, right?
Right, they're the ones that send me the handwritten shipping labels.
Right. That's so weird.
It is weird. But maybe it's that thing I was talking about where I bounced the prize out of the machine.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I also got like a false win alert on that site once, but they sent it to me anyway.
Okay.
But it wasn't like the exact same item, so I'm like, okay, I'm still not gonna. Ugh. All right. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's like 2 anime figures and no packing material.
Okay.
What the fuck? All right. We have Anime Chan here.
There it is. Okay. Wholesome.
Ichika, you've seen her numerous times before. She's one of those godforsaken quintuplets.
Oh. Okay.
Oh. And then we've got a Re-Zero.
Okay.
She's got suspended. Let me tell you about winning this one. There was this prize was on the site for a long time, and they kept reusing like the same box in there, and like the box was so like dinged and fucked up. It's like you feel bad when you see it. It's like, oh, I need to free this prize from its hell.
Right.
All right, what's going on here? All right, so this one is from Sega UFO, which is not Sega Catcher. It's like the new one.
Not confusing at all.
Yep. The old one's pretty much dead to me.
I think I have all that. I think I updated all the links that are accurate. So if you're clicking on a newer Famicast, it should be all the newest stuff, probably.
Okay. All right. What do we have in here? Oh yeah. I got the big boy.
A big Tokage?
The big Tokage.
Nice. What does it say?
Well, it's like my 3rd or 4th big Tokage, but yeah. I love Tokage. I don't know what to tell you. It's like a Sumiko Gurashi 10th anniversary Tokage.
Ah, okay. Okay, that's why it's.
Yep, Tokage is the best.
Okay.
Ooh, they sent me another sticker. This one's rainbow colored.
Ty, how much space do you have in your room? Like from the very top toy to the ceiling at the back. Have you got space left?
No,
So-
I don't, James.
What's the plan with these big Tokages?
Die. All right, one more. I got hold on here. You can't see this at all, can you?
I kind of saw it.
It's a Marvel figure,
Yeah.
but anime flavor. Yeah, we got a Miss Marvel.
Marvel.
Miss Marvel. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. They've had this up for a long time, and I finally got one.
Yeah, she's got a cool series on Disney Plus TV show.
I believe it. Does she look like this?
Yeah, well, pretty much. Well, it's a live action show, so it's a real person, but yeah.
Right? Yeah. You can get a good look at her outfit here.
That's cool.
She has a cool scarf.
Hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool figure to get. All right, I think that's all the trash.
Okay.
I think I'm missing one thing, or it didn't ship yet. I'm gonna have to double check.
Sorry, what's the Spider-Man thing? Did you show that before? To your left?
I think so. This is from like a couple episodes ago. I got a big Spider-Man. You remember this guy? Yeah.
I couldn't see his body. It looked like a mask from
Yeah, right.
from here.
No, it's just a big Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't think I've skipped any anime trash.
Spider-Man.
I save it up. It just fucking stacks up. Yeah. I've been saving all my super big boxes so I can like probably pack stuff and store it away somehow.
And you still got the tent, so when your apartment is full, you can live outside. So that's
Yeah, that's right. I gave one of my tents away to one of my buddies who I think will actually use it.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I asked him if he sets it up to send me a picture so I can see what it looks like set up.
So he's already living outside. His apartment's already full of anime trash.
Yep.
It's starting to get a little bit cooler and rainy, so hopefully he's doing okay.
It was raining just now before the show started.
Yep. Summer is officially over. Question mark. Maybe.
Yep. Now it's hurricane season. Let's go.
Yeah. Yes, let's do it. Cool.
All right. That'll do it for anime trash.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to a little bit of feedback from you guys. So if you guys have any feedback for us, feel free to hit us up. There are several ways you can do that. You can hit us up via email, thefamicast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter @thefamicast. You can sound off in comments on YouTube, on the YouTube videos, on the website, however you want to do it. And you can have your stuff read out on the air like this guy. Today we're going to go... Just do one. Actually, this is from a friend of the show, Johncario. He had sent this in a couple of weeks ago. And actually, the first part we can maybe address here just as a group. But he said he wanted to see all the arcade games at TGS, especially fighting games, if there are any. Did you guys see anything like that, Ty? You'd seem like you'd be the guy that would have seen that type of stuff.
I didn't see a single arcade game.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Well, I bet Street Fighter 6, there's a good chance it's going to get an arcade version.
Right. Right. But like, yeah, it was all just like console stuff. So that's that. But his other question we asked, we kind of previewed this at the end of the last episode as well. But he said, hey, also, I still want to know your guys' favorite gaming peripherals. Like, what are they? So I've been kind of thinking about this a little bit, but I know these two jokers have been thinking about it as well. Ty, I mean, you said you were thinking of some like weird stuff.
I do have. I have, and I have seen a lot of weird shit over the years.
All right. What you got?
Let me think.
Or we could come back to you.
Yeah. Well,
So
I want to see what James comes up with.
I'll choose one from each generation. I might skip a few if I didn't actually have any good ones. But Game Boy was my first system, and I had a lot of people had it. You know, the magnifying glass and the battery expansion. They were very, very useful.
Oh, rich kid.
I guess. I didn't have an NES, obviously, and then Super Nintendo. I didn't have any. I don't think I had any accessories. I didn't have the multi-tap. My friend had the multi-tap, which was cool.
Wow.
I was from that generation. I didn't have it, but I always thought the Micro Machines cartridge, which let you plug in controllers and make it 4-player without needing an extra adapter. I thought that was fucking awesome. And
that's cool.
Maybe there was a Super Nintendo game that did that in Japan, but I'd never saw it. I don't know. N64, I thought the Game Boy pack was awesome. Like, I was promised that I could scan my friends' faces and shoot them and, preempt my school shootings, but that never never came up, unfortunately. But I did have Pokemon Stadium, the first one. Because I actually, Pokemon Blue was the only Pokemon game I've ever owned. Maybe I mentioned that in previous shows, but like, so like, I was really getting into Pokemon, the game. I watched a little bit of the anime as well, but like, and then Pokemon Stadium came out, and it's like, oh shit, I can see my Pokemon in 3D on the TV. Fucking awesome. And yeah, I did play it for a while, and it had all those cool things that you could speed up, play Pokemon, the Game Boy version on the TV, but play it like twice the speed and all that kind of stuff. And that was awesome. And then for the GameCube, this one is not an official accessory. Uncle Nintendo wouldn't be happy about this one, but I had a memory card, which was like a third-party memory card that you plugged in, and it had a USB socket on it, and I could rip memory, what would you call them? Memory blocks, memory saves, whatever, save data to my PC. Remember, I haven't always been a Mac guy. I was a PC guy. I ripped it to my PC, and then I could like edit them, or I could download stuff. You know, the internet was a thing at that time. I could download other saves and put it on the memory card, and then play it on mine. That was fucking awesome. And I mean, you can't really do those things now, because everything's so like. I mean, you can, but you have to jailbreak your console and stuff like that. But like, this was just a regular GameCube.
Yeah,
and you could do it. It was awesome.
Because I know they had, you know, EverDrives. That's what they were called for N64, PlayStation, Game Boy. I don't remember. Maybe that's not true, but like, yeah, you can. There was a peripheral that you can plug into your PC and do it. I always wanted one, especially for like sports stuff. Like, oh, cool, I got this old ass game. Somebody did all the rosters. You know, nowadays some of that stuff you can just emulate it, and people do that shit anyways. But yeah,
I might have it. Dan.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want it?
Yes, I do. Like, seriously.
If I have it, I'll give it to you. I obviously don't use it anymore.
I had one of those on Nintendo 64. I got it by saving enough points from Mountain Dew plastic caps.
Nice. We had a bunch of fucking accessories, didn't they? That, you know, for your grandma, you know, so she could, you know, put the Wii remote into a sword, you know, shaped thing, and then, you know, play Zelda with that. But I didn't have any of that shit. I had a balance board, and there was a snowboarding game that I had, and I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't. I wish it was 1080. Right. But maybe it was like SSX, or there was some kind of SSX for Wii.
Sounds
that
like
you could actually
was right.
Yeah, or something, or maybe it was just the Wii Sports one, not Wii Sports, Wii Fit one.
There was some really fun motion stuff, or like balance stuff that you can do. Like, I really got into Wii Fit, like the first one. I lost a lot of weight. I was actually dieting and stuff like that too. But
because like when the Wii came out, I was actually did go snowboarding for real for the first time, and then that was coming out around about the same time, and it was kind of cool to do it, you know, at home, and it was pretty good actually. Wouldn't say a Wii U board was my favorite, but whatever. Wii U had nothing. I mean, I bought a bigger battery for my gamepad that lasted twice as long as the official one. That was cool.
That is the best. That is the best peripheral accessory for the Wii U, and that maybe like the only one.
And now we're up to Switch, and I didn't talk about this in my new business, but I actually now have if you can make it full screen for me, then I actually have the Ring Fit Adventure. What's it called?
Ring Fit Adventure.
No, this thing. This device.
The
Ring-Con. Is it Ring-Con?
Dude, I don't own it.
Yeah. And this is awesome. So and also comes with the leg strap thing as well. But yeah, this is awesome, and it really does give you a workout. Like, I've got a sweat on. I'm gonna start taking exercise a little bit more seriously.
What a weakling!
And like I heard that, you know, it does give you a good workout, and it really does. And I actually have the official the mat, the yoga mat as well.
Oh, cool.
Just right here. I mean, it's not really an accessory, is it? It's a fucking yoga mat. But it's here.
Mhm.
I have it.
It's branded.
Yeah,
Cool.
and
I
I
don't
got
use
I
it-
got it for an absolute bargain. Somebody just was selling it on Craigslist. Like they literally never used it, and it was like brand new Ring Fit Adventure, the leg strap, the ring con, and the mat, and for like ridiculously cheap price. And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And yeah, I've been really enjoying it so far. And yeah, the ring con is it's really good. I mean,
So,
when you're doing like overhead things, and it's like it is hard. It is fucking hard. It does give you a proper workout.
So by Christmas, James is gonna be fucking swole, man. He's not gonna be able to fit on this screen.
Yeah. I'm going to be trying my best. Going to try and take exercise and everything a little bit more seriously. And yeah, I mean, I'm not only doing Ring Fit Adventure, like I'm doing other stuff as well.
Drugs.
But yes, exactly. Crack
Gotta watch
mostly.
Gotta watch that waistline.
Exactly. Yeah, mostly cocaine, but yes.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
So yeah, that's my accessories through the ages of Nintendo consoles.
Yeah,
Dang.
I mean, I just had 3 that I specifically wanted to talk about, but I know Ty. Did you want to go next, man?
Sure. I have a lot of funny trash that's actually not good at all. But I have the GT Interactive glove controller for 64. That's
Okay.
a real piece
I
of work.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you could get good at using that, it would be at least impressive to other people.
Oh, Ty, did you have that thing that splits the TV into like 4 parts so you can't see your quarter of the screen, your friend's quarter of the screen?
No.
Like GoldenEye and stuff like that?
No.
I always wanted that.
Sounds lame. Just use cardboard.
Oh yeah, it was cardboard, but it had like mirrors on, so you could actually play from the side, if you know what I mean. So like you weren't
that's
all
kinda
looking
cool.
at the TV. Yeah. So you could all be
you can kind of space yourself out.
exactly just 2 guys at the front, 2 guys at the side, and you all had your quarter that you could only see. But it was really cool. It would probably be a Kickstarter if it existed today.
The one thing that's eluded me, it's still on my wish list, is the Wu-Tang PlayStation controller.
Oh, is that thing supposed to be? Is that really rare or something?
I don't know if it's rare, but I think it's highly sought after by jokesters and meme lords, such as myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Let's see what else. One thing that I really fixated on for some reason was you guys remember Lethal Enforcers?
Yep.
No
Yeah.
game.
Konami game, light gun shooter, and it had its own gun for Super Nintendo and Genesis, and it's like this big ass, dirty, hairy revolver.
Yeah.
It
But it
kicks
was
ass.
pink. It was pink or blue, right?
It was blue. It was baby blue for player 1, and it would plug into your system. And if you wanted to get the player 2 gun, the pink one, you had to like special order it, and it would connect to the player 1 gun with like a phone cable or something. It was like the weirdest thing.
That's weird.
So if you ever see the player 2 gun in the wild, let me know, because I want it.
Your parents help you pick it up,
right? Pretty impressive, pretty violent.
Yeah.
Any other accessories that are good? Not really. I've tried a lot of weird controllers in the day. There's like some piece of shit Nyko brand controller for Dreamcast that is actually the most comfortable controller I have ever held in my life.
Really?
Yeah, it just fit my hand perfectly somehow. The button layout was a little weird, but I used it a lot until like it just randomly stopped working because it's like a $15 piece of shit.
That'll happen.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should go find it again and like replace the PCB in it. That would be pretty good. Though probably the best thing I own is just the fucking Brook Universal Fighting Board. It's just a circuit board, but you plug whatever buttons you want into it, and it will run on anything that has a USB port. It's so good.
Nice.
So yeah, I highly recommend you make your own controller, possibly out of garbage.
Or a
And-
Cocoa Pop cereal box.
Yeah, right. The pizza box nuclear launch panel.
Perfect.
That was a good one. That was kind of a fighting game community meme for a while. Somebody ran that in a tournament. It was just like a big pizza box with a shit ton of buttons on it. And like the guy had all the basic buttons and he had like extra buttons, so like he could do complicated moves just by like sweeping his fingers across like a certain row. So I don't think that's legal in most tournaments, but boy golly, that was an impressive piece of craftsmanship.
Nice.
Cool.
Um,
Danny, dildo controllers? What were you going
yes.
to talk about? Yeah.
Tied in any more? You wanted to?
Nothing's jumping to mind.
Okay.
But like the one thing on my wish list is still the Wu-Tang controller.
Nice. Yeah,
Shout
I
outs to
mean,
the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller.
yo, I
Ooh,
wanted one of
man.
those.
Yo,
Yeah, I mean, it looked
everybody does.
unwieldy as fuck, but I mean, just that the packaging was cool. It was just so cool, you know.
I've touched one.
Oh,
I've never
look
owned
at
one.
this guy.
Yeah.
Man, okay, I'm a little bit jealous. Yeah, AZ Labo arcade stick win. We'll see.
Yeah. People make arcade sticks out of cardboard all the time.
Yeah, you don't have to buy it. Well, if you want an official Nintendo branded one, yeah, you might have to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, for me, this is kind of basic, and I think a lot of people like this one too. But just the freaking Rumble Pack on the 64. I mean, that's just it was so cool.
Good
Like
call.
it just being able to kind of literally feel the game in the palm of your hands is really cool concept. And nowadays, it's just something that's just there. It's just something that we just kind of take for granted. Don't really even have to think about too much anymore. But yeah, it's kind of weird to think that there was a time when that wasn't a thing. And yeah, Nintendo kind of helped propel that into like the mainstream. Yes, that was really cool. I have two other ones that I want to talk about. And one of them I bought, I think in 2012 here, but this is from the N64. And this is the biosensor for Tetris 64.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, the Japan only thing. Like the crazy thing is, you think like, oh my god, this type of shit is so expensive. It's like, man, I picked this up for like the equivalent of like $10, like brand new. It was just sometimes, yeah, it was weird. Like 10 years ago, you could just find all sorts of weird shit on Amazon Japan, like old stuff, Virtual Boy games, brand new for like 1,000 yen, 900 yen, stuff like that. Internet's kind of, even the Japanese internet is being infiltrated by nerds. more so than just
Japanese
myself.
internet. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, like this biosensor thing's really cool. I have a retro review talking about Tetris 64 and this thing. I mean, it kind of reads your heart rate, kind of, but it's a neat little device, and yeah, that was really cool. And yeah, one of the other things I'll talk about too. Again, I have like a more longer form thing about this if you want to know more about it. But the mobile adapter GB for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. This was a device that hooked up to your phone, so you can basically play your Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games online. This worked with Pokemon Crystal, Silent Hill, not like play novel Silent Hill on the Game Boy Advance, Mario Kart, Advance.
Right.
There was a lot of cool stuff that this thing actually worked with, and it was Japan only, obviously. But yeah, I have like a whole
Japanese child in the late 90s.
Yeah, it looked like this stuff would have been cool. Like there's this really cool golf game. I think it's called Mobile Golf. It's actually pretty solid, like on its own. But they had like tournaments and stuff like that you can play against people and crap. Like it was cool. But the freaking rates for this thing were ridiculous. Like it seemed ridiculously expensive to get on with that. But yeah, and Azik, just one last comment from him. He said, "I still have Arkanoid." DS with rotary extension that plugs into the GBA slot. Nice.
Oh, the dial thing. Yeah. I've seen that. That's cool.
Yeah, I had the Guitar Hero on.
Yeah. I had that as well.
Yeah, so I bought it here. I had the Japanese one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The original DS was wild for that. You could plug anything into that cartridge slot, right?
Yeah, man.
It's wild. So many
Yeah.
things. I bet in Japan there were just even more.
There's like that TV tuner thing or whatever that they had, right? Like
One Sega.
Yeah, it doesn't work now because the signal changed and all that type of stuff. But man, yeah, there's some really wild stuff. But yeah, these days with USB and stuff, it's just not as exciting. When it comes to like gaming peripherals, I don't know.
Maybe one day they'll figure out a way to have, video on a mobile device that we can take around with us.
I don't think it's going to happen, James.
One day.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the feedback. I know this is a little bit of a longer one, but I wanted to make sure we gave it enough time.
Jesus Christ. 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's just for the live version. The edited version is probably 4 hours.
No, I don't think it's going to be that long. I guarantee
2 gigabyte download.
Yes.
Thanks.
Can't wait.
Yep. Sorry if we made your mobile bill larger than usual.
Download on Wi-Fi or connect to your... Okay, whatever.
Exactly.
All right. That is gonna bring Famicast 230. That's kind of a weird way to close out the show, but that's gonna bring Famicast 231 to a close. If you guys want to follow us on Twitter, you can. If you want to follow me, you can follow me at DannyBiv, DANNYBIV JC. Where can the folks find you?
Yes, I am at Famicomplicated, and follow me for all of your tweeting needs.
Cool. And Ty.
Super Cat Drugs. I got memes.
He does.
Come get him.
He does. Cool. Well, of course, gentlemen, always fun hanging out and chatting about some games and all that stuff. Thank everybody that joined in the chat. Hi, Tani, A. Zeke. Lemonade was here. Metal Mike showed up. J-Cat was here as well. Thank you guys for popping in. And yeah, the next show should be 2 weeks from now. So hopefully you guys can tune in live. If you can't, well, we hate you. No, we'll catch them in the audio version. So, all right. Well, again, that's going to be it for Famicast 231. Thank you guys so much. And peace.
Peace.